He was very fast.
Oh no!
I need to show you a video of me doing stand-up badly because you showed one last time. And 3,
I tried to, but I was just so talented.
I know, yeah, you tried to.
Just like intangible red flag territory. Like he's not saying anything
Oh,
specific,
interesting.
But like
Yeah.
just as he's talking, you're like, do not be in a room alone with this man.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so we can all love each other. No.
All right, great. Okay, great.
No.
This is great. What about him is an intangible red flag? Is it a way he appears, way he talks, hand gestures?
Do you know what the word intangible means?
All right, I'm gonna go have a piss.
Ashley, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. Bitches.
I went down on a juicy boozy, and
Uh-oh, got a fart, and this chair's gonna make it reverberate. Hey, wait.
John.
Hey.
Oh no! Everybody else, hey,
Hey.
What's going on? I'm just waiting for music. I thought you were getting music. Oh, I thought you were just
getting
getting
how my
music.
penis gets born.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Here's a shed.
The ice cream cones came with a little metal packet that is just full of sugar. It's just full of sugar to be poured into the cones.
What has the Japanese not gotten a hold of, perfected, and then when everyone was like, "You did it," they went, "And now we'll begin." And you're like, No, you fixed it. It was fixed. Do not break it. Like, no, we got to break this.
I still have some more questions.
Go ahead.
John Hastings is on America's Got Talent for 5 minutes, and now he's got houses in LA and London.
That's right.
Yeah.
You kept a house in London?
Yeah, I've kept a house in London.
Update: not sugar.
There's no fluid tasting enough to warrant sucking it out of him. Yeah. No, but it was did he do it when he was then in the band when they were the 4 Bee Gees that brief time before then his heart exploded?
Wow.
I'm not saying anything that didn't happen. That is what happened to him.
I'm a predator.
And it was going awesome. And we even started having drinks at a bar, and we each had girlfriends with us, whatever. We're having a great time until I got comfortable enough to go, hey, we share a birthday,
As someone who's been eternally single.
Go ahead. Is it your fault? Yes. No, sorry.
Stop tweeting after your dates, Ashley. Stop tweeting after your dates.
Oh, bad news, Paul. You're getting a Batman bait.
This is not bad news. I am so pleased.
Support them.
But you know what's more important than helping people's mental health?
Fuck you, John.
I'm just saying. Tom, you're a comedy fan.
Here's what happened. So I came up after she finished a couple times.
How did you
I'm not
spell
one's not enough.
What
you go for 2. That's how you start it out.
Smoother crunches.
And then Jesus, boom. And so so when I emerged, I went to kiss her, and she just grabbed my face and she sucked it all out of my beard.
So hurtful.
That's a literary reference. Oh no, I gotta.
Hey, you can't tie me up now. I'm the only one here. Books, pages. Right. Verb, noun, adjective. Nice. Someone get me that.
I'm very prone to bullying.
No, you're talking about Andy Gibb.
I am talking about Andy Gibb. Pardon me.
Get your Gibbs straight if you want to come at me, bro.
Sorry.
Those nice bearded men and their Aryan friends seem like they're doing very different shows.
Marylane's got pink eye. She touched her in hole.
I tried to. It crawled away too quickly.
It's difficult with tea. Sometimes you try and tune it and you get Assam.
I'm officially declaring it. Jordan is the Governor General of the stream.
God damn it, guys. I took a Ritalin today. I can only focus on one thing at a time.
What is happening right now? screens. I want to have two screens.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Paul and I were walking through the park, and we walked past the tennis courts. A ball had gone over the fence. Paul went down, grabbed it, threw it over, and the young woman who was playing said, "Thank you, sir."
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and Boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Oh, I thought Chris was going to be muted. Hi, everybody. I thought Chris was going to be muted. I was very excited that Chris was going to be muted.
What's up, team?
This is so much easier to do than when you're not in Australia and it's not 8 a.m. on on the day when everyone else has a day off and you have to get up to do this, and then all day you're tired, and then you do an hour of stand-up comedy. Oh, hi, everybody. I feel rested. Chris, Ashley, what's going on?
Rested. That's
good. I am the opposite of rested. I've had a big old 24 hours.
Oh yeah, you look like you're in a Toronto apartment. Here's how you know it looks very small, and but you look somehow still so grateful.
Yeah, there's I moved into my place today, so I got everything all set up, which is cool. I went for a little walk. I bought some bedding. I bought some towels.
Oh, talk to me about the bedding.
Oh, you don't want to know.
Yeah, what are you talking?
You don't want to.
I really want to know. I really want to know.
It's not good.
Did you know that you can get bedding at a dollar store?
I looked. Did you know John's camera died?
What the hell?
John's camera died. We're looking at an upside down dog. We can still hear you fine. Oh, not anymore.
No, device is not connected. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be the show. It wouldn't be the show if we didn't have that, though.
Wouldn't be the show. No, I had to, for my bedding. I had to because I'm working now, but I haven't been paid yet. So it's basically like, what can I afford? And so Walmart, baby. I didn't go for the cheapest Walmart one. I went for the next one up.
Well, that's something.
Everything's washing right now. It's all in the washer and dryer. It's all getting done. And which is why my bed looks like I've murdered somebody and done away with the evidence. And so all that. It was just like, so yesterday I was in my Airbnb because I was moving today, and woke up to a cleaning lady coming in. Hey, Richard, how you doing? And I was like, hi, why are you here? And she's like, will you move out today? And I was like, no, I don't.
Oh.
And it turns out that my friend Mark, who did me a great service by booking all this and helping me figure out the first month while I was here, and stayed at the Airbnb for most of the month, had booked it to leave on the 30th because he just had like a brain fart, I guess, on the day that he booked it all in. The place is a fucking mess. I haven't packed anything because I figured like it was the last day. I'll just gradually work my way through all that. So I panic, calling the guy on the Airbnb, messaging Mark, trying to get it ready. Managed to get it done. He wanted me to send $500 as like a safety deposit because he doesn't know me. It's not through the app. There's no recourse, right? And then $175 for the night, which was obviously about $200 that I hadn't planned on spending.
Sure.
And but managed to get it. And then within 2 hours of that happening, getting it sorted, did the dishes, started tidying, was like, I'll pack tonight. I'll go for a walk. Got a call from somebody being like, you want to do a show tonight? I was like, yeah, sure. Turns out it's out of town. I'm in a hotel. Could have packed all my shit, tossed it in the truck,
Chris.
Not paid $200.
Oh, Chris.
So instead, he's like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Like, we got to go. The MC just dropped out. And I was like, all right, cool. It's like a 3.5 hour drive to get out there. It's in the middle of goddamn nowhere. And we get there, do 2 shows. It's at a golf club. Ended up being like great shows, really fun. Audience were hilarious. We stay over in the hotel, but because it's a 3.5 hour drive back, I got to wake up at like 6 so we can get in the car and drive back so I can get back in time to goddamn check out. We got back with 20 minutes before my checkout time.
Oh,
and
so much stress.
Grabbed everything, just chucked it into bags, chucked everything in. I had it all in the living room when the cleaning lady showed up at 11. And I was like, I'm ready to go. I swear to God, I'm ready to go. And just put my shit outside in the rain because it
Oh
was
my
raining and there was
God.
nowhere to put it. And just waited 15 minutes for my Uber to show up. And then came down here. And then all day since then has been setting the whole apartment up. So I got like, because after the show, it was one of those shows where he was really nice. The guy that ran the show was great, but he wanted to hang out. He's one of those promoters.
Welcome to Canada.
And so there was like a basement bar. It was very nice. He gave us I drank great bourbon. Like he took excellent care of us. But then we were up until 1:30 just out of like politeness. And I had to wake up at like 6. So I'm exhausted. Like it's been
Ugh.
since about 11 yesterday morning. It's been a very frantic couple of days. So I'm off.
That is a stress
That's it.
nightmare
Yeah.
situation.
I have one question for you. What area of Toronto were you coming from, and what area of Toronto did you go to? Be general. I just want to now get a gauge of how relaxing the interim space was, because that always for a move is the interesting thing of if they're further away and that's part of the stress, that makes the move even worse. Do you know what I'm saying?
Luckily, not that far. It was like a 7-minute drive in the Uber. Still cost me $30.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. Fuck you.
But
I want to tell a story.
Oh, we did it.
About what?
Very quickly.
Is it about
very
expensive
quickly.
Ubers?
When no, it's about the opposite nearly. When I moved all of my stuff out of my apartment in Glasgow, which by the way I'm now completely free from.
Excellent. I don't think our listeners or viewers really know how awful that was for you.
They don't know any of it because we have
you
to keep
guys
it
don't even know how awful it was. I haven't even told you guys half of it.
Yeah. I could just gauge because it was a roommate situation and that must have been horrible.
The flatmate really made it terrible, remained a cunt right up to the very end. It was
remarkable.
Well, I hope she doesn't check the stream.
I hope she does. Fuck her.
You know what? I've blocked them on every form of communication. So if they are listening to this, fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Amazing.
You were the worst person I've ever lived with. Maybe
And
one
you
of the
lived with
worst I've ever
Hitler.
encountered, and that's saying something.
My goodness.
Anyway, when I was moving out of my flat in Glasgow, I paid movers because I will never not do that ever again because I don't lift things. It just look at me. I don't lift things.
Hold on. Do a quick squat for us. Take a step back. Do just one squat. Just a single squat for the stream.
No.
Everyone in the chat, squat.
I'm not squatting. I do squat. I just do it for
Oh, you do it.
exercise, not for lifting
real awful at an improv game.
boxes and things. Drop and give me 20.
Squat
I
and give me
lifted the
20
stream
squats.
that I did.
Ouch. Fair,
Yes,
but ouch.
Stephen, I lift when I'm being paid, and then when I need things lifted, I pay people to do that. I think
That's
you should
right.
only lift if you're getting money to do that.
This is a Billy Connolly line, but and it's about math, but I also prescribe it to lifting things, which is that's for employees. I'm not an employee.
Yeah.
Math is for employees.
So I paid movers to move all of my stuff from my apartment in Glasgow into a storage facility, and they packed up everything into the truck. And I said, you guys said you know the facility. They said they'd moved stuff into this place before, so they knew the lay of the land. And I just said, when you get there, you might need to hang on for me because I just have to jump in a taxi behind you guys. And the guy was just like, just jump in the truck with us.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
the dream.
Yeah.
Did you
Yes.
sit in the middle with them?
No, one of them sat in the middle, so I sat in the edge.
That's
the
thoughtful.
young
That's
lad
good.
was sat in the middle. He was like doing his uni work in between jobs. I was just
that
like,
guy.
fair play.
And
And then
You know
the
he's going to
older
grow up to
lad
be a
drove.
Tory too. The older lad drove. I love it when it's in seniority. That's his job. He drives the truck. Younger guy
Actually,
has
he
to always
didn't
be
want
on
to
the...
drive, but the young lad was like, I need to do my uni work, man. I need to get it in by this time. So
Love
he was
that.
like,
Love
fucking
that.
fine.
It's a good dynamic. It's a good dynamic. That's
I
a very
think
point break dynamic. Nick Nolte's at the
Also-
wheel. Keanu Reeves finishing his essay.
Yeah.
The funnest part of it was the fact that, or the most fun part of it was the fact that they just pretended I was not there. Like they just started bitching about their wives and girlfriends.
Oh,
And
yes.
it was absolutely beautiful. It was
Ashley,
great.
what was the main thrust of their criticism? I would love to know what they were like really upset about in this situation.
The older lad was mostly upset about how much fake tan his girlfriend wore.
Oh my god, how fucking glass, man! You know,
wife. I think it was his wife.
She looks like a
So
fucking
funny.
statue, man.
She
I gotta
get-
put a fucking cone on her head, man.
I guarantee she gets it on his clothes, and he's just got like orange stains on his
Oh
goddamn
my
clothes. He can't get
God.
rid
Is that
of.
Probably.
possible? I didn't think it could come off like that.
that
Of course
that
it
shit
could.
comes
Oh, it comes off all
it
the time.
comes
Have
off,
you ever seen like bed sheets after women do fake tan?
No.
It also
gross.
stinks.
It also made me realize I've never been intimate or even smooched someone who's been fake tanned.
Yeah, me neither.
And then
Neither.
I recently thought that like no one has
Just innocent men.
yeah, we're just innocent normal men, Joe.
That
Also,
is
Joe,
one
can
of
I
the
just-
funniest
can we
things
bring
that's
up
happened on the
Joe's
internet for a
Can we
while.
bring,
That's
can
great.
we bring Joe's comic up? When did Joe just start posting a thirst trap as his little thumbnail? Look at that.
It looks like an early Blur album cover.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's a Britpop album.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's called Trope. That's Joe Trope's Trope. Available now at Zellers. Remember Zellers, Chris?
Of course.
Also, they were still came. You never had a quickie with gold? I call bullshit. Oh, bullshit.
Come
What?
I
on,
wish.
John. Yeah.
I wish.
Say it. Speak it into the universe, Ashley.
I wish, please.
But I don't think Cole Cabana, first of all, does not spray tan. Cole Cabana is the only man I've ever met
No.
who has said the following things: "I can't meet tomorrow. I got to lay out." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, and he was like, "You got to lay out. You got to look good." And I was like, "Are you actually serious?" And then he sent me a photo of his layout setup in Chicago. He's got a little tiny fan so his face stays cool, and a little built-in cup holder that perfectly keeps his drink right there, but it's insulated so it stays cool as well.
Nice.
That guy has thought of everything.
adorable.
Nice.
Oh,
I gotta
love
tell
that.
you, his apartment was so close to so many diners and Little Caesars pizzas. And for a man that's healthy, I'm just like, dude, you are like, he was close to, and then also, by the way, it's Chicago. So then I also realize is everywhere is close to a
Everywhere
Wendy's.
is close to that. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Like, here's what I wasn't in America for a month, and after spending so much time in America, here are the things I forgot. Fast food is not just on every corner. That's trees everywhere else. Everywhere else has trees.
Yeah.
And America has a Sbarro's pizza.
Is that what Sbarro's is? I've never known, and it gets name dropped all the time.
Okay. I finally figured this out. I figured it out this week, and this is only for Chris, and possibly if there's Canadians in the chat. Sbarro's is the American pizza, but pizza is much better. Everyone hates pizza. Pizza is great. Pizza is
not
the best bad. It's the best bad pizza. It's better than the Hut. It's better than the Domino's.
It's not. It's
I'm gonna
bad.
say the Irish equivalent is probably Apache.
Apache.
Wait a minute,
That's
you're
racist,
Apache
Ashley, and
pizza?
you're getting kicked off the stream right now.
Excuse me.
That is
Can we bring her
outrageous.
back,
I
please,
can't
and
believe
discuss
that
how
she did that.
amazingly racist and stupid that is? Your pizza chain is
Apache
called
pizza. I don't know what just happened.
You can't do that.
That would
You
be
can't
like
do
if in
that.
America there was a pizza chain called Gollywog Chicken. No, Gollywog Pizza. If it was
Well,
called
no, because
Gollywog-
Apache was actually their name.
Yeah.
It's not like it was a slur. It was
This
actually
is a
their name.
pizza chain.
So if it was called Zulu Pizza.
Yeah, exactly. It was the Hutu pizza chain.
Oh no! Oh, come on down to Shiite Pizza. All are welcome, except for one specific group here at Shiite Pizza.
Yeah, and you know Apache Pizza didn't check. They didn't call the chief. They
Yeah.
weren't like they
You
didn't
know
call the
also
elders.
you know they are having very inappropriately themed combos. Conquering the frontier family combo. Custard's last stand. That's right. Every
Ooh.
pizza this Friday comes with dessert, so you're not standing
This
alone.
is true.
Is that
the
what
Native
they?
Americans and Irish do have a connection.
What is it that you both hate Americans?
No, well,
it's not a connection.
the Native
being murdered by the
Americans,
English.
Native Americans sent the Irish a lot of money during the famine, and we paid them back during COVID. We sent them
That's
COVID relief money during COVID as
It-
payback
amazing.
for the famine.
You don't get a reward for that. That's so many hundreds of years in between.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Way to take your time because they
Yeah.
hadn't been suffering until
It was,
COVID.
but it was something.
Yeah.
It was really.
You're not ready.
It was something that just sort of randomly happened because people remembered it. Like it wasn't. There was no government initiative to send money to Native American tribes. It just like randomly a load of people sent it in the same direction because they had been told about this kindness during the famine.
I'm formulating a theory, and I think this is 100% correct. The way things occur to Irish people and the way you guys tell the story make it seem like it was a really good thing. And then you just remove all the negative details. And I get how the Catholic Church survived in your nation for so long is you guys just take any negative detail out of it. You just give the good information. Yeah. It was good to see Douglas yesterday. He's looking well. Here's what you're not mentioning. Douglas had just come from murdering his entire family, and he was looking very well because a lot of stress was off of his chest. That's how an Irish person tells the story. You see what, even in yours, it's like, they sent us a lot of help during the famine. So during COVID, we helped them out. And what you're not missing is for 300 years, we were like, I really hope the Mohawks stop sending us letters. My name is Dommel, and I don't like working in this government office.
Thanks for all that help. We completely forgot.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks very much. Yeah, we were too busy being Ireland's or Europe's fun little representative. You know what I mean? That's what Ireland is. You're fun Europe.
We are fun Europe.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, no one's thinking of Belarus when they're thinking fun in Europe.
Yeah, you're like if Belgium knew how to party.
That's exactly correct. I think about this all the time. Is that Belgium's the only country in the world where everyone, every other country goes like, I don't know why, but fuck those guys.
Fuck Belgium.
Exactly, right?
Is it just because they're really uber serious or something?
Yeah, but it's also just because fuck them.
They're just nothing.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Nothing. Who gives a
be
shit
France
about
or be Germany or be nothing. No one's looking
Flemish?
for
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, fuck you. You know what you are, Belgium? You're Dr. Pepper. And here's what no one's ever said. Get me a diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, bad time. And exactly, Baldy, they're
You
not.
guys said
they're not
I was
terrible.
racist. You guys are just
No.
hating on a whole country,
Yeah, but we
right?
know them.
Yeah, we know them.
We know them. We've
They've
spent
given
time
enough
with
chances.
them.
Yeah, but this
And
is like
they're
Texas.
white.
This is okay, exactly. But this is like so many places that always go, but they have beer, fries, and waffles. Those are available everywhere. They were like, we named our pizza after you. Isn't that enough? Belgian.
That's
Very
pretty funny. By the way, interruption show. That's Dahlia Malik, who we should have on the show. By the way, she's awesome. Everyone follow interruption show. They're fantastic.
I'm
very
doing
funny.
it in
we're
2
all
weeks,
waiting
I
on
believe.
your mixtape, Dahlia. Give us those sweet raps.
I don't know. I think I'm doing it in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Or
nice
3
one.
weeks.
Ooh.
Maybe 3 weeks. I have to go to the I'm doing the Winnipeg Comedy Festival next weekend, guys. So the show continues to be on the right now. I'm in beautiful by the beach. And then I'll be in Winnipeg, Manitoba next week, literally the opposite of the beach. It's snowing there right now. Attention, Canada, get fucked.
John hates the cold.
It's May, madam. It's May. That's not a winter month.
It is in Ireland. It is raining and cold today.
Is that snow? Those are spring. That's spring. Rain is totally allowed during spring. No, it's not allowed during spring.
Snow.
That's right.
And probably like a fuck ton of it.
Yeah, it's also Canada. Canada is not like the rest of the world where it's not like snow. Like it's like, oh, we've had a little dusting, shut down the country. It's like we had 5 feet and we lost 4 old men because they were in their 80s and just demanded to shovel their driveways.
Yeah.
There's
so many heart attacks during.
Oh my
season.
god, the
There's
amount
so
of
many heart attacks.
Really?
the amount of arguments you
Oh,
see between
no.
couples in driveways with a wife being like, "You're in your 80s and this is stop." The amount of times I've gotten up as Dahlia, not
Go
as
see the interruption show.
Yeah.
Check it out. Interruption show will be in Edinburgh as Dahlia. Are tickets on sale for that now?
Yeah,
Go Google
Dahlia,
it.
you can
Find out.
you can
guys
post
are
a link if you
capable.
want. Don't. Are you guys going? I'm not going.
2.
Ashley's gonna work it. John, are you doing a show this year? You are.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's
Edinburgh.
right. Yeah, you're a Monkey Barrel. Yeah, that's right.
Carnivore 1 at 8:15. Please come and buy tickets.
Are those tickets on sale? Yet?
Tickets are on sale right now at the Monkey
Go
Barrel
buy tickets,
website. Please also buy from the Monkey Barrel website because I get more of a percentage of that. Also, just if we could sell the run out, that would be huge for me. I don't know
Go
if that's
do that.
possible, seeing as
You have your mission, Troggies.
just
Make
sell
it
out.
happen.
Just sell it out. It's 50 seats. I sold more than that every night, but 3 nights the last time I was there. Granted, that was somehow. Here's something I realized yesterday. Are you ready to all feel weird? I've lived in Los Angeles technically for 4 years. Welcome to COVID being isn't that so much longer than you think it would be?
That's way longer than I thought.
I also have this effect on people. People thought I lived in Toronto for like 5 years after I lived in Toronto for exactly 3 years, and people were like, "Man, remember we were hanging out a lot in 2015?" I was like, "Buddy, I was in the UK for 3 years at that point. Like, you're out of your goddamn mind." Yeah, but it's 2 years of that is COVID. But still, it's insane that it's like, what the time just is relentlessly coming by.
Yeah,
Just the tonic. And don't worry, we don't mind shameless plugging.
Yeah, exactly.
So long as you both ways.
Yeah, come to my show. Carnivore One across the street from Just the Tonic. That's right, Carnivore.
So it's May now, which means that I got to Canada 8 months ago.
Yeah, you've almost been in Canada for a year.
Yeah,
isn't that insane?
We've been doing this show for so long.
I said this today to a variety of people, and by that I mean one person just many times because I repeat myself. How did we do this every day, 5 days a week for over like almost a year, like more than a year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We
had nothing else to do.
We had nothing else to do.
Nothing else.
Yeah, a lot of that was COVID, and it was a nice post-COVID project that we are keeping going, which is nice because it's so funny now thinking about the amount of people I know that started so many things like in earnest, gonna make it happen, and then it's just like it's gone by the wayside. The amount of texts I got about TikTok sketch troops.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
TikTok sketch troops.
One comedian can't be successful without 8 other comedians being like, I'll tell you what's holding me back, not stealing that person's idea.
Yeah. I was talking to, I did the show with John Milanos last night, John.
How the fuck is that guy? Is he still living in his truck? I don't think he probably is. That was probably one time.
Yeah, no, he has a home. I think he's been homed for quite some time.
You never know with comedians. Yeah. They're like rats.
Yeah, no, he's good. But we were talking about TikTok, and I think I might have to join it when my album comes out.
Yeah, you probably will.
Just briefly put out stand-up clips.
And
then just into the wind, just fade into the background. As soon as it's hit that like whatever peak that looks like, and it's starting to go back down, then it's like, all right, erase it. We're out of here.
Okay, so here's the thought that some people are having about Twitter being bought by Elon Musk. They'll come back to TikTok. Is that might mean that Twitter goes away? Like people are like, the other possibility is people just stop using Twitter. And if they do that, then people are going to be like, bear in mind, like the advertising and marketing industry is now geared towards social media. If one of those goes down, they're like, that may trigger an en masse deletion of social media, which if that does, I am going to be the happiest man in the universe because what is everyone going to do? Do you understand how many shitheads in this industry I will never have to see because they'll just be gone?
Yeah.
It will be, and by the way, you know who's one of those shitheads? Me to a lot of people, I'm sure. Like it's one of those things where it's like, this could be an amazing cleansing moment. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either.
Because it's also that thing of like TikTok, people are like getting the movement going in of like, what exactly is TikTok? Why are we doing this? We're giving it all of our information. Like it's literally like face mapping us and everything like that.
It's terrifying. That's why I don't have it. Is because I read the terms and conditions, and they were like, "Do you mind if we just freeze some of your eggs?" I'm like, "No, get away from me!" Like they want everything. They want all.
I tried to do that.
Freeze your eggs or try and get crystals?
No, sorry, I didn't try to freeze my eggs. I tried to donate my eggs.
Oh yeah.
They didn't want them.
What?
Did you tell them about your medical history? Is that what happened? Did you talk about the abscess?
That's exactly what happened.
And they were like, ew.
They didn't want them.
They were like,
yeah, I'm not eligible to donate my eggs.
Was there any time that any medical procedure that was done on you that was described as Mengele-esque? And oh, quite a few. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Let me say this about all doctors, all male doctors that deal in the female reproductive area. This is a thought that just occurred to me. I don't trust any of them. I think all of their impulses are inappropriate. I'm like, you were like such a creep in high school. You're like, I only want to see vaginas from the inside. Where'd you get that? Chris, are you a stepdad from the 80s? Just a giant thing of orange juice?
Do as I say, not as I do.
Oh my God, I live the way I live. Yeah, I have a friend staying at my place right now, and I have just a cup of toothbrushes and a cup of razors just because I live here.
Mhm.
We're done with that one. Next one, let's go. And he's like, "What is this?" And I just responded with, "Let me live the way I want to live." Oh, Chris is dead. Chris is dying.
He's dying.
What's up?
I'm dying. So Ashley, how are your movements? How are you feeling? Are you feeling more tethered, less tethered? Are you watching dogs? What nation? What island nation are you?
I'm in
You're back
Ireland.
in your parents' house. I
I'm
recognize
back in
that
my
room.
folks' house. Yeah, this is my mum's kind of art studio thing.
That's
I'm back in Ireland. I have left the flat in Glasgow. I'm going to be here for the month of May, and then I'm going to be in Waterford for June and July, working on the Spree Festival.
Cool.
Before that, well, right at the beginning of that, I'm going to be working on the Kilkenny Cat Lass Festival.
All right, here are my following your summer of working on festivals bingo. Here are the following things. I'm going to make 3 predictions. Now, Ashley, you cannot deviate from your life to make these things happen.
Okay.
They just have to happen organically. All right.
Sure.
Thing 1, teching a show so hungover you have to leave to go to the bathroom in that way that when you're hungover where you don't have to shit, but you do need to go sit on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
That's number 1. That's number 1. Number 2, you're gonna have sex on some sort of surface that is not flat. We're talking about a staircase, a hill, something that involves bruises, but not the fun kind, but still the kind that lead to a fun story. Chris, do you think I'm so
Sure.
far absolutely nailing it?
Yeah, I'm picturing like a backstage, like
Of course
the
you were
show's
picturing
over.
it. Of course, yes.
Backstage, like a speaker, but it's like it's not like firmly on the ground. It's half on a box.
Here's how I
And
feel like the
so-
interaction starts, by the way, is
Podcast listeners, John just disappeared. He stood up
Completely
to pretend
vanished.
to fuck somebody, and then poof, gone.
Completely gone, which is maybe his prediction, actually.
That's it. Well, that's your move, right? He
That's
was
my
being
move.
you. That's bang.
I got timing. That's
That
what I
was
got.
such a
Smoke bomb.
great moment for that to happen.
Oh, it was very simple. That yeah. I don't. Here's the thing: is don't even know how I do it. It's a gift. So you just pull a
Tech
bunch of
wizard
wire-
John Hastings. Oh,
Guys, I
just
don't know. I
give
don't
it
know
a
if you-
yank.
Guys,
Just
I
give
don't know if
that
you
a
know this.
yank.
I'm like an Apple genius, but the old school ones where they just smashed iPads on the side of that special pad that just reset them. Do you guys remember that?
No,
Apple
I've never.
technology?
I've never been an Apple guy, but
Never
that's
seen that.
that sounds horrific.
I am an Apple guy. I got an iPad now.
Speaking of
Best.
tech nonsense, you know that cord that I was missing, and so my mic was bad for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Turns out had it the whole time.
Yeah.
Absolutely had it the whole time.
I gotta tell you,
100%.
if this
It
is
was
Of
brought up
course.
when I had been on the
Right
stream, I would have said, Chris, I know you very well. You have that cord.
Yeah, I had it the whole time.
Yeah. Here's how I know you had that cord. You want to know how? You got like 8 things.
That's true. I got these books.
That
I bought a bag of 10 books. You guys want to see the books I got? 10 books for $10.
Oh,
It was
go
just in a
bring them, you
bag.
fucking ass. These are gonna
Yes.
be ridiculous.
Yes, this is going to be excellent.
Does anyone else, when Chris is on the stream, occasionally just have the theme from The Littlest Hobo stuck in their head? Am I the only one?
I don't know this theme.
Oh, Ashley, it is probably.
I'm
the
going to
most
play it.
ridiculous-
I'm going to play it on YouTube now while
It
we're
is-
waiting for
okay,
Chris.
so when Chris comes back, Chris,
Yo.
I was just saying, occasionally when we learn about your life, I just have the song, the theme from The Littlest Hobo stuck in my head. I don't know.
Yeah, not far off. Not far off.
Always on the front.
Started using my my slightly nicer leather bag when I go places, just so I look less homeless.
Oh, it's interesting. So, okay. I've gotten an iPad and I am officially now a California douche. Like I literally was like in flip-flops having a giant, like an iced coffee the size of a jacuzzi, like writing out ideas that because for a screenplay or a script, because my manager on January the 14th, 2001 said, "Hey, can you get me a script so that we can maybe sell that, show you off as a writer?" And then I've had the last 18 months, so I just have not done it. And I finally had it. And I remember as I was typing it out on an iPad, I was like, I am now a California douche.
Mhm.
In the way that Chris now is a Toronto used to be a bartender, now is in the arts douche.
Yeah, it's great. Every time I take, no joke, every time I take it out, people go, "Oh, that's a nice bag." I go,
Yeah.
not homeless." And
That's right. Chris, I think that is the best way to describe you. He is not homeless.
Not homeless.
I'm not homeless, baby.
Not
I got a
homeless,
home.
Chris Spets.
Chris, right? That should be your next hour. Should be called "I'm Not Homeless, Baby."
Not homeless.
Especially with like the topics I'm sure it's going to to cover at some point. I just had a brain fart. We've covered all of your news on the program, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean the divorce?
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. You were so afraid to say it, John.
I was very focused on getting that hour right the last
Uh-huh.
the last month or so, and there's just a bunch of things where I'm like, I remember that happening, but there's no way of knowing if or it did or did not actually happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's how Chris, not homeless bets. Ooh, that's how it should be phrased.
John,
not
not
racist.
racist.
I need a couple of more quotations.
That makes it sound like I am homeless because John is famously
That's
quite
weird, but
racist.
I mean, depends on how you define it.
I have a list of premises that I'm going to start writing now that I have a home and a place to be. You want to hear some of them, or do you
Yes,
want to
I
see
do.
my
I can-
books?
I want to see your books first.
I want both to
Okay.
happen, but the
And then
books
while you're
come
getting the
first.
books, let me tell you, I'm started doing there's a new writing exercise I've started on, which is really fun, which is you pick a random year that you've been alive and you write all of I made it like maximum 5 words in a sentence, but all the things you associate like with that year. And it's
Okay.
very percolating for premises and
Ah.
other things. Yeah. Like 1995. I don't really think of anything in particular in 1995. How sad is it for that year that everyone's like,
That was one of the nicest things about the Big Shiny podcast was Jordan and I would start the show with like, where were you?
Here's my question.
It's 1998. What the hell were you up to?
Ashley,
It's
were
like,
you
oh,
alive in 1995?
I was 2.
Oh, it's an absolute crime. That's a war crime.
98?
Books out for the lads. That's so funny. Books out for the lads. Come on now.
In 98, I had touched boobs.
Congratulations. That's huge. 98? Hang
Well
on.
done.
Was I 13 in 98? I was. This is huge. 13, I didn't touch a boob, but I did go to my first girl-boy party, and I was so nervous I farted so badly we all had to leave that basement. Which I'm going to tell you this right now. Better than touching a boob. That's better than touching a boob. Everyone's got it.
The boob was in like an American flag bikini top.
I'm sure it was, but I got news for you. That
pretty
girl
good.
may not exactly remember you. Everyone at that party remembers me.
Yeah,
Every Canadian boy's dream.
Every time, Ashley, every time I go by the house where that happened, they've changed the facade of the house, but the structure of the house is still there. And I always think there's people in that basement right there. I farted in that basement.
Oh,
Okay, book one.
98, I was. How old did I say I was in 95? So I was 5. I was 5 in 98.
Okay.
It's so much dirtier that Chris is touching a boob when Ashley was 5. It just feels like it's very inappropriate. Or let's look at
Yeah.
your books already. The first book.
I
is
mean,
an
he wasn't
absolute-
touching my boob, so that's all good.
Thank God.
That's true. That's true. Nor would I have had I known you.
That's true.
Nor would I have.
Yeah, Chris, not
We would-
not homeless.
To be clear, Chris, not a pedophile.
Yeah,
Thanks.
guys, I know you're all.
That's
I know
it
you're all
isn't.
impressed with
I know
Chris's.
the theme song says I'm a predator, but that
Yeah.
was about my computer.
That's
that was contextual.
I know you are all very impressed with Chris's sweet giant orange juice. Check out this Arnold Palmer that appeared out of nowhere. That's right.
Whoa.
It's lemonade and iced tea,
What's
baby.
an Arnold Palmer?
It's a lemonade and iced tea named after Arnold Palmer. I think he
Mhm.
put
He was a
vodkas in his
golfer.
because that guy looked like a drunk from space.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
Chris,
was going the same place.
not a
100% Chris,
homeless
not a
pedo
homeless
bets.
pedo bets.
That makes, but not a homeless pedo really makes it sound like
I
I'm a homeless
disagree. It makes
pedo.
you seem
There's
like you're
no-
definitely. Yeah, no, because it would be like there was like, wait, like what's the story behind that? And you'd be like, oh, there was this one time that someone was like, hey, are you a homeless pedo? And I was like, nah. And everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense. You're not that.
Yeah, that sticks. That
And then you can
sticks.
point at your leather bag and be like, that's why I got this. And you'd be like, that's right.
Don't
Yeah,
get
don't
it
get
on
it
a
on a
shirt.
shirt.
No,
That's the thing.
then it looks like that's exactly
You're
what you
exactly
are.
right, actually.
Yeah,
If it said
especially
that on
the
a
quotes, the like
Exactly, the
quote
quotes make
marks
it
on
worse.
either
Yeah,
side
the
is
air
like
quotes are
not a homeless
suspicious.
pedo. Bets.
But what would be even weirder is if someone else was wearing that shirt, makes you not a homeless pedo. But if you're wearing that shirt, you are a homeless pedo. It's an
Yes.
interesting thing with the phrase homeless pedo.
Yeah, it's all about who says it.
Indeed. And you know what?
Yeah.
I really hope that these walls are
Context.
thin enough that someone
And-
is right behind here just going,
Oh yeah.
There's a homeless pedo staying next door.
Well, I'm sharing a wall with one of my new housemates, and I told him before I
My
was like,
parents
I'm
are
gonna
downstairs.
I'm gonna do a podcast, and you're probably gonna hear a lot of it. And he's like, I'm sure I'll love it. And I was like, it's entirely possible that that's not true. And I've just been saying not a homeless pedo for the last 4 minutes, and I just met this man.
Time to run the fire. How many people are living in your current abode, big boy?
Get a certificate printed. It's official.
What's up, 7-9 Paul?
We got, hey, Dr. Brain, what's going on? I haven't seen you in ages. 3. So me, a playwright, and a guy that I think does internet security, but I'm still not totally sure on that one.
I love this. I gotta tell you, that's always a good sign of a roommate. What exactly is your job? Maybe I don't want to know.
But
Also,
he'll only message me on Signal, so he takes it seriously.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, we're done.
What is Signal?
I don't care. It's like one of Chris's password things. I'm already bored.
I didn't even have it before. But
Yeah,
it's like
but let me ask you
it's
this
like if WhatsApp wasn't owned by
Facebook. Yo,
Sure,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm in a WhatsApp group with some other comedians, and one of them briefly talked about moving over, and we were all like, "Well, or how about no? How about that?"
It's tough, yeah. So you gotta hit that. What's the name? Critical mass.
That's right.
And they haven't. They really missed it. WhatsApp's got that shit locked down.
I do think they're all on notice. Because I was reading. I got a early family Christmas or like birthday Christmassy gift. Well, it was a birthday gift from my mom, which was an iPad, which I've wanted for like 3 years, just so I can stop having to get a laptop out to watch a movie on an airplane.
Yeah,
guys. It's a real error. I got Apple. They gave me a free trial of Apple News, and that is so many different periodicals. Like, if I've read so much about the royal family today, I certainly have. Like, too much. I know too much now. But the other thing is all of the stuff about Elon Musk buying Twitter and how it could really end that as like, I'm just like, let's take out all of this shit. So it's just WhatsApp. That's all I want. I just want WhatsApp. Because I also want to meet the people that are trying to get famous off of WhatsApp. This is the thing. If we take away social media, all of the chancers who are still using it as a hustle platform are going to keep going. Ergo, still so much funnier. It's all of the all the good stuff of social media without all of the fascist rising stuff.
But I'm gonna miss, like, Twitter's so silly sometimes. Like, imagine how much worse would your life be if you didn't have that Cars 2 guy eating beans in the movie theater tweet.
Don't know what that tweet is. Totally.
You don't know what that tweet
that
is? I can't say it out loud because there's a racial slur in it. But
see, exactly. I like how you're like, isn't this the fun part of Twitter?
This is the best thing on Twitter.
This is your
it has a
point about Twitter?
racial
You're
slur
so
in it.
Yeah, but it's a black person saying it. So
Okay.
Oh
they're
no.
allowed.
Well, it depends on which racial slur it is.
It's for Spanish people.
Yeah, if he's being anti-Semitic, he does not get a free pass.
Oh God!
Which, by the way,
thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. It is absolutely.
I knew. I had a feeling. I had a
funny.
feeling like the big. I felt like it was Joetrope, Baldy, Boom Stickery. By the way, Baldy and Boom Stickery's discussion over Jesus Boom in the intro. I was watching that, and that really put a smile on my face. I feel like they were all definitely candidates to know. Steve Mooney might have known this. Maybe Kimmers, but Kimmers doesn't seem to be in that. That doesn't seem to be the internet she pops around
I do
in.
enjoy the little chats that go on in our live chat.
As do I.
We can't always address them all, but we do read them and enjoy them.
Yeah, I also have to stop looking at the chat all the time because I will just read the chat and not be engaged in the conversation. So I have to.
Yeah, it's difficult to keep up with it all the time, and we do need to make this possible for podcast listeners.
No, I've been very against that.
Yeah, I mean, fuck the podcast listeners.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
at the
Also,
same
by the way,
time-
also welcome podcast listeners. By the way,
No, by the way,
Welcome,
podcast listeners,
podcast
you're about to miss out on a thing.
Oh yeah, we also have visual elements to this.
That's good. That's real good. I got to tell you. I don't mind that at all.
Okay.
It's so funny,
It's quite
right?
funny. Why
It's
is it so
good.
funny?
It's so funny, and everyone laughed.
This is very good. This almost reminds me of one of the funniest jokes Carl Donnelly's ever written. It might be one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard, which was in describing Finn Taylor. He just says, "You look like the kind of guy who brings fruit to a movie theater."
That is good because
This-
it's like it's not an insult, but is it?
Yeah, this will not surprise either of you. Absolutely brought fruit to a movie theater. 100% just eating
You?
blueberries.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
of course,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I brought
You
strawberries on a
absolute-
bus the other day.
What?
Not the same. Not the same at all.
On a
that
bus
makes perfect sense.
in
You're in
COVID?
a commute.
No, that's
Yeah.
that the fruit is right on the line of being too juicy for public transport.
I should also say they were the best strawberries I've probably had in a very long
How
time.
juicy,
They
though?
were
Are they very juicy?
class. They were very juicy.
Yeah,
They
see
were
that may put you over the line to not. Why are you
Mm-mm.
literally? You got to keep your chin up so you don't get drip a little juice on your shirt. That's what are you doing on a bus?
I get it in my mouth.
Were you hitting? I bet you say that to all the guys. Hey. Were you doing it to like tempt? Was there
Yeah.
a boy on the
Were you
bus?
saying-
Were
No,
you being?
Was
no,
there a
I was
girl?
just-
Was it a
no, I was
juicy
literally
boozy?
just on my way to the airport.
Was it a juicy berry? Brrr,
Berry.
Yeah, it's May Day.
yeah.
It is
Go on,
May Day.
workers. Go on,
So-
workers.
Yeah, Mayday and all the witches.
You know why they put it in May Day? Because workers need help. May Day. May Day. Right?
Yeah, it's better.
I have no idea.
I stand with the. I
what
stand with
that
workers.
was
I
meant to
fucking
be.
hate you. There's a type of. Wait a minute. Oh my god! Coming in from Boomstickery, there is a type of Finnish bread called the juicy poozy. Chris, you need to locate. you need-
Are we the first podcast to have
We-
an official bread?
Need it.
Okay, where can we get this bread?
We need to find the nearest place that any of us
I'm
can
on
get
it.
this bread.
Yeah, Finnish bakery.
Bread. I'm putting it in. I want Chris. Chris needs to have it first and foremost, so we need to look in the Toronto area first.
I just put in Finnish bakery Toronto just to see.
Oh
There's one
my
called
god!
San Remo. Dimpflumeyer. That sounds for real. That sounds legit.
Andrew Foster. Yes, from the French. Interesting. Or something
I
like
cannot
that.
find anywhere to buy it in Ireland.
I mean, I gotta tell you,
It doesn't surprise me.
not surprised at all. I'm just looking at what juicy poozy bread looks like.
Oh, bring up a picture.
Oh my god, it looks very. It just looks like white grocery store bread. This is why Scandinavia is so fucking ridiculous. This is not the. By the way, world most unfortunately named bread, maybe, but Australia still has the world's most unfortunately named cheese.
They look
Shirt
kind
cheese.
of like breakfast
C-word
rolls.
cheese, but for a black person.
Oh,
Stephen
yeah.
K. Amos has quite the routine.
I bet he does.
Pussy is the Finnish word for small sack. Juicy is a Finnish male like John, so you could say it's like juicy. Oh my god, it's John Sack, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, you like John Sack?
This bread was meant to be. This bread was meant to be. It's troggy bread.
Okay,
we have
first
official bread.
first troggy to get. You have to be in Finland with the Finnish bread. You
Right,
get
starting now.
you. I will. You get to punch me in the face if you get. You have
Welcome to the Untitled Twitch
you're-
stream where
you have-
violence is sometimes the
you have to-
answer.
You have to prove it always is the answer. You have to prove you're in Finland, then you have to get to wherever I am, and you can punch me in the face. That's a lot of international travel in a time of COVID. I think
lot.
I'm safe from getting punched in the face. And if not, well, hey, we'll just cross that bridge when we
Or
get to
somebody's going to plan to bring it to the fringe.
it. No, but they have to be in Finland. They have to show that they were in Finland, and then yeah, meet me in the fridge.
They're
Oh
going to
God,
bring the bread and they're going to bring a photo of themselves in Finland and they're going to bring it to your fringe show and punch you in the face.
I really respect.
And you
it.
know what? If they do that, they deserve to.
Yeah, that's fine. If they can do all that, that's great. Bring me the juicy pussy bread.
Look at this.
Look at that. Look at
Go
that.
on, Baldy. Baldy, make it happen. Always knew it was going to be you.
Mhm.
You broke my heart, Baldy.
Okay,
Godfather
we
2?
have detoured away from Chris's books that he
Okay.
got.
Oh, I knew we were getting back because I already saw the first one. Yeah.
So, like I said, they just had a bag in the window. It said 10 books for $10, and so I just bought that because I love the mystery. And I've read 3 of them already,
Okay.
See if you can guess which ones it is. So this is Aldous Huxley. Brave
You've read
New
this
World.
one already. You have to read it in
You've
high school.
definitely
I
read
also went to
that.
high school. I went to high
Yeah.
school in Canada as well.
Didn't read it in high school. Read it independently in my 20s. We didn't have that one. But excellent book. Very good. Does anyone know what this is? Because it feels right wing. The Peter Principle.
Oh, this is the thing where men fail upwards. They keep getting promoted because they're completely incompetent.
Okay.
It's
yes.
excellent.
Because there is no description of it on the book. It's
So
just
it's
quotes.
basically
Oh, yeah,
that people who are completely incompetent just get promoted until they cannot get promoted anymore.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what the Peter Principle is.
Yes. Okay, cool. Then I will read that. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm.
The Two Mrs. Grenvilles.
Oh, interesting. I read the
A
prequel.
murder mystery.
I've read the prequel.
The
Ms.
one
Grenville.
Mrs. Grenville? Yeah.
That seems nice. I like the cover of it. The cover looks like it's more exciting than the book will be.
Yeah, I read the first 20 pages. It's all right. It's
How are
okay.
the descriptions of that? In that, I like a murder mystery
So long.
description.
So
of
long.
course.
It really, really
Yeah.
sounds like it's going to descend into lesbian porn.
Oh, doesn't it? Every good book does.
Here's open. I mean, it's about the 20s.
Oh, flappers.
yeah.
More way than one. Get them out. Flap me.
Mr. God. Can you see that? Mr. God. This is Anna.
I feel like you've read this book as well, and it's about a period.
Maybe, yeah. I've never heard of it before, so I have no idea what it's about.
God is the period.
It's something about.
I don't want to take a gamble on you having read this one when I don't know what the rest of the books are yet.
I haven't read this one.
Yeah, I was just throwing out a joke answer, and it was fun, and I stand by it.
I just
I'm
found a
joking.
little inscription in it. It says, "For Rich, this is a fine book I thought you might like." And then there's a little picture.
I'm
of a dude with a
sorry.
big
I'm
head.
sorry. What was that, John Hastings?
Someone was signaling to me something, and I was acknowledging it silently.
Silently, but in a very saucy wink.
That's right. I try things. Hello, God. It's me, Anna. That's what I want to know.
I think right. That's what I thought it was going to be, but apparently it's about like a little girl who's like talking to God the whole time. I'm not totally sure. It sounds
she's getting
odd.
confused.
Sounds odd.
Oh no! Do you think so?
That's my guess.
Yes!
The Godfather.
Oh, Chris, read out
definitely
the
read
passage
that.
now. Prove everyone what we've been saying for so long. Find that passage right now. Ashley Manning, strap in for some real.
Why do you think I'll be able to just find this right now? This is like
I
a
think-
400-page book.
I feel because it's right at the. It's
You're
there's
gonna
the-
know what part of this book it's in.
I know it's at the back. It's the back third because you've never read a book that you're like, this thing is chugging along, and then it literally is like Mario Puzo's like, man, I've written too good of an exciting book. Time to really do the backstory on every side character you've ever encountered. And that I'm gonna say, if you start seeing Johnny Fontana and the guy who's drinking all the time, we are in fucking pay dirt.
Buddy. Well, I found the part. So it's Jules is the doctor. And I
You
think
fuck yeah.
and
Remember a
Lucy
second ago?
Lucy is the woman with the huge vagina.
When you were doubting me.
Okay.
Does anyone else remember when I was doubted but a moment ago, and now I am? Another saucy wink for all of you. You know, ooh, how are you doing? Because guess what? Johnny's right. Johnny is the
I
wide
don't like
vagina
living
being
in this world
satisfied
when
by
John
a
is
thick
right.
Dr. Peen. Get
The
me
pa-
that thick Dr. Peen.
I
Here
mean,
we go.
this isn't that line, but this is one of them. Sonny had visited her once a week, sometimes more, never less. The days before she saw him again, her body was in torment. Their passion for each other was one of the most elementary kind, undiluted by poetry or any form of intellectualism. It was love of its coarsest nature, a fleshly love, a love of tissue for opposing tissue.
Ashley, how do you feel about the nickname Fleshly?
It sounds like I'm some sort of fleshlight, and I don't like it.
Also, could I just say,
Merch
has any
idea, though.
paragraph more been a
No.
man writing
Hate
about
that I just said
a
that.
great merch idea, by the way. Yeah, name Fleshly. Have you ever heard a paragraph more a man writing about a woman enjoying sex more? He almost like her boobs, which were like 2 bags of Vaseline, vacillated, like Velcro being ripped from fabric. You're like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's not hot.
No. I mean, if once you see a photo of Mario Puzo, you're like, I get it. Your sex smells like gravel.
Yeah, I have read this book, by the way, a number
Yeah.
of times. I think I've owned this book in 3 or 4 countries.
This book, that book is a real hoot. That is a classic bag of books book, though. Like,
Uh-huh.
It's so funny. Yeah, it's wild. I can't quite. Didn't you get a doctor to look at it? Maybe it's something that can be fixed. Oh, we're so close.
Yes. Oh, it's so close. Oh, the worst part is, by the way, is, well, how will I know if it worked after the surgery? Oh, once I'm done, I'm going to try it out. Glee, glue, gla, glee, gla, glee, glue, glee.
It doesn't. I can't find it. It doesn't matter.
There's
I'll
also
find it for
so
another
much.
time.
There's so much description of smelly cheese that the Dawn has too. Like that book is insane. I could do.
It's so fun.
I could do a 3-hour show on how insane The Godfather the book is. Just like the fact that
I feel
they,
like I would enjoy the book significantly more than I enjoyed the movie. I did not enjoy the movie.
That's
at
crazy. It's
all.
an incredible movie.
That's incredible. You
hated it.
you know you are wrong. Like I am usually.
I
it's-
understand that I'm wrong in theory, but in practice, I fucking hated that movie. It was so boring.
What?
The book is incredible, and like also like
book is
way
also-
way more violent. So what he did was he'd written like 2 books beforehand. They were sort of very critically well received, but didn't sell any. And so
Yeah.
he's like, fine, I'm just gonna write some hot trash. And that's what The Godfather is. He
The hot-
wrote
yeah.
his hot trash.
Yeah,
was
The Godfather, because also, by the way, he made up most of that shit about the mafia. Like before that, you don't dress in a suit. People, you stand out in a suit. You dress like a fucking. You dress like you work at a factory. Like if you look at Carlo Gambino or any of the the high level guys that built the American mafia, like the second wave after Lucky Luciano, they're all dressed like asshole granddads because they just blend in New York. And it's the generation after them that watched the movie The Godfather. It's like, yeah, you wear a fly suit and beat people up in the street, and they're like, no, it's a secret. Shut the fuck up. Like it's just insane stuff. Yeah, I find it's so fascinating. It's so what happens to anything in our culture, which is like totally working, slow level. Let's expose it to the mainstream, and we've ruined it.
Swing dancing.
Remember that?
Swing dancing and the mafia. Those are the 2 things that were ruined by popular culture.
Swing dancing. If you watch certain movies, you would think that there was a swing dance. Like swing dancing was the fad of the 90s.
It was for about a year when Brian Setzer Orchestra ruled the airwaves. When Big
The
Bad
Stray
Voodoo
Cats?
Daddy was on the
Yeah.
end of all of our
Oh my
tongues.
god,
buddy, swing dancing. That was it. Next book. 90 minutes at Entebbe.
Oh my god! I guarantee that this has been made into a movie, and it stars Robert Redford.
This one, really, I read the description of it, and it really reads like pro-Israeli propaganda. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild stuff. I don't know anything inside the first full inside story of Operation Thunderbolt, the spectacular Israeli strike against terrorism. To be fair, I don't know anything about Entebbe, but I will.
Which one is Entebbe? No, Entebbe's not a river. What am I thinking of?
Yes, that book sounds educational.
Is Entebbe also a river? What am I? I'm so confused.
No, I
Guys,
don't
know
think
what
so.
you're thinking.
I don't think so.
I come to this comedy podcast for my Middle East geography knowledge, and you guys are letting us down.
This shit looks.
There is a movie called 7 Days in Entebbe.
This shit
If it
looks
stars
awesome.
Robert Redford, I'm turning the podcast off and jumping into a swimming pool fully clothed.
It stars Daniel Bruhl, the
character John C. Reilly plays on Tim and Eric. Great job. Dr.
love
Steve
those
Brule.
reviews, Dr.
God
Steve
damn,
Brule.
that was a very good.
Dr.
Yeah,
Steve
Dr. Steve Brule.
Dr. Steve Brule knows wine. If there's one thing we can all agree
Daniel
on.
Bruhl is he's he's the bad guy in Civil War, Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, he was also in Inglourious Bastards. He was, a
in
sniper.
Inglorious Bastards. Yeah,
Fuck is
yeah,
that guy's
guy.
name?
What are you talking about?
Zemo.
Yes, Baron Zemo.
In
Yeah.
Captain
Yeah, he's great.
America. Yeah, he's really good.
That mother of this
and it has Rosamund
fuck.
Pike in it as well.
I like her.
Yeah, she's good.
Do you remember when Evelyn told us why Rosamund Pike doesn't like her on the podcast?
No.
So Evelyn is in Wheel of Time.
Is
The
she?
Amazon Prime show.
Evelyn,
Evelyn Mock.
has she been on the show?
Yeah, she's in it. Yeah.
Evelyn Mock's 100%
On
been on
this
the
show?
show. Yeah,
Oh, on the show.
100%.
Yeah. And so she was filming.
Was
She was filming Wheel of Time at the time when she was
Ashley
on the
once.
show.
She may have been a stunt Ashley.
Oh, maybe yeah, she may
yeah,
have been a stunt
I
Ashley.
wasn't here then.
But yeah, so she was on, and there's a scene where she's following Rosamund Pike down a hallway, and she just kept stepping on the back of her dress every single time.
Shit.
Every time they did it, to the point
That's
where
awful.
she really thought Rosamund Pike was just going to have her fired from the show. She thought it was,
I don't remember her telling the story on the podcast.
She was
at
so
all, I
mad.
really hope you remember her saying this on the street.
I remember it was very funny. But even whatever,
so
show's
funny.
out now. No one cares. We just got to like, that's Rosamund Pike. She's like, I did try to fire that bitch.
How dare you?
This
looks ridiculous.
Thunder on the right.
Oh my god, what's it about?
Oh,
Like
look at
Marty
it.
Stewart?
Fucking look at Mary
who's-
Stewart.
Oh, Mary Stewart, even better. What's it about? Give me that script.
She had come to the convent.
Yes. Oh, of course she has.
A brooding
Yes.
cluster of ancient buildings nestled deep in the wild upper reaches of the French Pyrenees.
This
Wait
is
a minute.
lesbian porn.
Wait
To
the fucking
find her
second.
young
Who the fuck?
cousin, Jillian.
Back up. Who? Jillian's in this.
Yeah, with a G.
Oh, GD.
But the convent of Our Lady of the Storms was not like others. There was something strange and frightening about this place, something that gave off an aura of evil, of hidden, violent things. They told her Jillian was dead, but she did not believe them. Searching out the truth meant trouble. She did not know until too late. It also meant murder.
No, it didn't say. It doesn't say murder there, does it?
It does say murder there.
Oh, that's very good.
Shit's
All right.
great.
Are you
I
gonna read that
really,
on a nice
yeah,
train
that one I
journey? and
kind
then
of want to
you're-
borrow.
Yeah,
I feel
right.
like You're gonna drink a bunch of beers by a river and throw one of them at a train going by, and then you'll be done that book. Finished.
Do
I'm
not
married.
smell that book.
And then there's two. Actually, there's one more. I left it over there, but that one's because I was actually reading that one. And then two, just like a mom and dad combination. Sue Grafton, John Grisham.
Oh, Time to Kill. Yes.
For the
please.
couple on vacation that have nothing to say to each other. Sue Grafton and John Grisham. Come on down. J is for Judgment. A Time to Kill. $10. And then
Here's
the
my-
other one was a Mad Magazine book. That's like, those little books that they used to do. It had like little comics. And
Yeah,
shit,
yeah. Oh, yes. A
Great.
Time to Kill is the novel where they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. That's where that comes from.
Love that. One of the all-time great what's his name? Jay-Z scenes?
Samuel L.
Ah, that's right.
Jay-Z. It's Samuel L. Jay-Z.
Samuel L.Z.
Imagine that's the only difference in a parallel universe is Samuel L. Jackson's name is Samuel L.Z. And you just end up in that dimension. And you just know that where you're from, it's Jackson.
And you can't cope, and you just lose it.
Yeah,
kill
it would-
everybody.
No, it would just
That's actually quite a fun concept for a film.
you just lose your fuck. It's a police officer trying to stop you from just murdering everyone because you can't handle it. Samuel L. Jackson's called Samuel L.Z. in this dimension.
Yeah, can't take it. That's
Where's that Marvel film? That's again. I think
that
Marvel
is a film that needs to be made.
I'll start writing that film.
Start writing that film, John.
I feel like that movie would 100% get made just because of like basically now
Just
every
because
movie,
of Samuel L. Jackson.
and also because every movie's basically like, can we do Avengers Endgame that's also being John Malkovich? And everyone's like, well, you had me at. I mean, by the way, that movie sounds awesome. Whatever.
what? Who? No one has ever said that. I love
Go
John.
right
you
now.
do this all the time. You know how everyone's saying, and then just nonsense that no one has ever thought.
Because here's
in
what
their
it
life.
is. Here's what it is every movie that is coming out right now feels like they took two movies from the past and put them together, and they're like, we're doing that. Like the new Batman, it's like, hey, we took Seven and Twilight and Batman, and we put that together. And it's like, we didn't need that. Could you just make a good Batman movie? And they're like, the answer is no. The answer is no.
Is it Twilight because Robert Pattinson's in it?
100%. And I don't know what
Okay.
else what else was he in? Like
The
he-
Lighthouse. The Lighthouse. Come on,
No,
man.
what? Shut the
Get your
fuck
get
up.
your
The
loser
Lighthouse.
white boy art house film on.
First of all, if you don't think that I definitely watched most of The Lighthouse on a plane while on a lot of sleeping pills, then you don't know me at all.
Wow,
Also,
that sounds
I-
tremendous.
Talk a lot about lobster.
have quite enjoyed there's because of the Batman movie coming out, there's been kind of interviews of Robert Pattinson going around TikTok or Instagram and whatever. And they're all just like, look at how little he gives a shit about the films he makes. It's so funny.
Apparently, he lies all the time. In all
He
of his
just
interviews, he just
lies.
lies constantly.
what do
He
you mean?
just
Like,
constantly
can we
tells.
bring up,
Love
can
it.
we bring up Robert?
He's let's do this.
Oh, this is fantastic. So wait, so he just lies. So like how Paul Rudd always shows the clip from Mac and Me on Conan.
Yes. Yeah, he just lies. Apparently, the whole time, just does not tell the truth ever.
Do they know he's doing that?
I don't think he super announces it, but it's out there.
That's fantastic. I gotta tell you, Robert Pattinson is he is so much higher in my esteem now. Like I'm just like, great. I like that a lot. That makes me really happy.
He's weirdly become like one of the coolest actors in Hollywood. He was in like Gus Van Sant movies, and he went from like he made all his money.
Yeah,
and then he just went right art house.
It's
We're
the
gonna
Johnny
go. We're
it's
gonna
the
make
Johnny
some
Depp
stuff.
trick is because Johnny Depp got like I think he got a percentage of Edward Scissorhands because it was coming on. He was coming off of 21 Jump Street, and they like some studio had a deal with him. And they're like, it's basically Johnny Depp could do whatever he wanted for like 30 years because he's like, oh, he gets like some insane amount of Edward Scissorhands just went to Johnny Depp. So it's like,
wow,
yeah, I own a
you got
village.
the Alec Guinness.
Yeah,
deal?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the best that Alec Guinness fucking hated Star Wars, but still got that deal. So like, oh yeah, he's doing just fine. Donald Sutherland out $20 million. Go ahead, Ashley.
Apparently, Kimmers has just said he notoriously hates doing press and he constantly fucks with people because of it. That's brilliant. I think that's really funny. I've found a clip that is Robert Pattinson makes up a story about a dead clown. And so
go ahead and
that
play
feels
one right
like
now.
it might suit what we're looking for.
Thank you very much. You know, I was thinking
Oh my
Is that
god,
going
this is
through?
an
I
old
was a
clip.
kid, and that's a long time.
Pause. This
Hang
clip
on.
is
Oh
somehow
yeah,
not
that's
right.
old. That guy is not on TV anymore.
Ashley, so the guy we're about to see, I want you to guess why you think he's not on TV anymore. Just press play. So it's not Robin Pattinson, the other
Thank
guy.
you very much.
Pause. Why is that other guy not on TV anymore?
Did he hurt somebody?
You know, yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Sex pest, big time sex pest, big time meet your
Big
sex
time
pest.
sex
He had a
pest.
button
Yeah.
under his desk where he could close and lock his office door. Yeah,
That's
this is what.
grim.
Was he
That's
the
one
guy
of
that
those-
used to walk around with his robe wide open, or was that Charlie Rose?
No, Charlie Rose is the one that used to just find a woman with big boobs and just make her stand in the doorway while he tied his tie before he went and interviewed someone. And you're just like, what the fuck is? Yeah, you're just like, whoa, Charlie.
Not
Right?
cool.
Yeah,
Not
Ashley,
cool.
Wow.
you know what? You're not wrong. It isn't cool. I don't think it's cool.
Right, let's see this story.
You know, I was thinking during the introduction when I was a kid, and that's a long time ago, but you know, the kids my age, boys my age, they wanted to be baseball players or they wanted to run away and join the circus. This is a very different time. Did you have any of those dreams as a kid?
Running away and joining the circus? No, the first time I went to a circus, somebody died. One of the clowns died.
This is the best. This is the most.
I'm
This
not
is
letting
pause
that
it.
go.
Pause
How
it
did
right
the clown
there.
Die?
It's little car.
Only an English person lies like that, which is just says some random could have happened shit, and it's just like, yeah, that's what we're talking about now. Yeah, that's the confidence of someone who's like, someone who's from my country is the queen. Do you know what I mean? Like only people talk about Americans. Like Americans are like confident in a like yeehaw cowboy way. British people are confident like conquerors. You know what I mean? Like they're just kind of like, well, we won before, we'll win again. You may think you're winning, but we will eventually win again. Like,
yeah, our dicks never stopped swinging. How about that?
Yeah. We convince the world so much of what we eat is food. Do you think that we can be fucked with?
I want to also just take a moment to look at the body language of Mr. Predator over there. Like his foot is fully in Robert Pattinson's
Oh my god, he's
face.
trying to
He's brushing his shin.
He wants to foot job Bobby Pattinson. I'm calling him Bobby.
That's my move.
That's your
Yeah, exactly.
Ruin
Right.
it by being a big
Lauer,
predator.
Get off
on the
Ashley
gas
Manning's
pedal.
corner. Yeah, get off Fleshly Manning's
Yeah.
corner. Oh,
Stick
I'm
to
so
the
sorry.
clutch,
Stick it around.
Lauer.
Yeah,
I
stick,
hate that.
yeah, yeah. Fleshly Lauer, fuck off. All right, hit it. I want to see if there's more good stories.
Exploded. The joke car exploded on him.
The podcast listeners, we can hear that he said the joke car exploded.
It was like my parents had to like.
Wait, let's watch this full
Circus
lie.
man died. One of the clowns died.
All right, I'm not letting that go. How did the clown die?
His little car exploded. The joke car exploded.
You're being serious about this? Yeah. So did that kind of ruin the circus for you?
It was like my parents had to like everybody ran out. It was terrifying.
What a bizarre way to start.
And he's just bullshitting.
For people who didn't read the book that this movie's based on, tell me a little about Jacob.
Okay.
No, play this right here.
Why would they keep that part in that video?
Okay. Can I say this right now? Robert Pattinson is officially the best. What happened to the clown? Just openly laughing in his face. Just I don't know, the clown, the car exploded. What the fuck? Like, fuck off, man. Like, fuck you. Oh, that's so good. That made me
great.
Happy. Oh, let's see what else he says. Look at this
line of legality and like I'm like kind of way over here.
Beautiful
That doesn't
view.
make any sense.
This is just Paris. Just
Okay, so no, this was made by like a fangirl who just
I don't
wants
like-
charming moments. This isn't
Yeah,
about
that's
lies.
not
This
what-
doesn't
I
have
don't-
the cynical love that we have.
Yeah, this is
about
where does he say a
staring
clown
doe-eyed.
died?
Yeah.
You know what? That had the feelings of a Charles Grodin, David Letterman appearance, where you're like, do these people hate each other or do they love each other? So actually, you would not know this at all. So there's this actor named Charles Grodin who either is a really good or really bad actor. No one will ever know.
It's hard to tell.
He would go on David Letterman and they would basically just get into a spat. Like, let's watch one. It's so fucking tense and unnecessary, and they will not. Like, Charles Grodin's dead. We're going to their grave just thinking this is how this worked. Like, we don't know if they were friends or not. David Letterman will not comment.
That's great. That's great. I watched an interview of young Letterman on Johnny Carson's show. And,
Oh my God, where he
and it
talks
was
about-
when it had been decided that Jay Leno was going to get the Tonight Show, and so they brought
The best.
Letterman on
The
to
best.
react to not getting his dream job.
Yeah.
And it was pretty great. They both sort of ripped each other. It was pretty
The best. The
super
thing that's
tense.
not-
It was pretty
The
fun.
thing that's not on the YouTube clip is Johnny Carson saying the meanest thing about Jay Leno, which is, I had a fun talk with young Jay Leno. Yeah, it's a different Carson Letterman time. Had a fun conversation with young Jay Leno today. He told me to go for a jog in Central Park around 4 a.m. And he's basically just like,
Oh yeah.
Johnny Carson just kept implying that Jay Leno's trying to kill him, and it's
So
so
he can
mean.
get his
like,
job.
so he can get his job. He just keeps bringing, and like David's like, "Hey, we need to talk about something else, Johnny." He's like, David, I was just talking to your friend Jay Leno," and you're like, "Oh, he's just being a dick." Like Johnny Carson was just an asshole who has millions of dollars, and it's like, I don't like that guy got my job. Yeah. Oh, it's very good. Also, by the way, as it turns out, Jay Leno was just a nice man who got offered a job and took it. Like, I understand he fucked Conan, but who actually fucked Conan was Jeff Zucker, who's now fucked CNN so bad. Like, we get the real culprit here is Jeff Zucker. Also, still fuck Jay Leno.
Still Jay Leno. What I wasn't sure because it was one of those like so many moving parts to this, so much money moving around. But when fucking Letterman had Conan on, and he's like, you know what I like about this is I've known Jay a long time, and everyone knows him as a great entertainer. He was the best comedian, but by far of our generation, like no one doubts that.
100%.
But he's also, he's got this other side, and it's just nice that everyone gets to see that part now too.
What's even crazier about the whole thing, which no one talks about, is that Letterman saved Leno after that, because he then put Leno in in that Super Bowl commercial with him and Oprah, and like rehabbed his whole image and stuff like that. There was talk of the last guest Letterman was ever going to have was going to be Leno.
That would have been a pretty cool move.
But I don't know. No one ever knows who wouldn't do it. No one knows who wouldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah. Leno.
I actually don't think fuck Leno. A little part of it. Yeah, he has that side, and how he handled that situation was really, really bad. But on the other side, he had 250 employees, and all he said was, I'm going to make sure that everyone else has a job, and I want to keep working because you guys have decided to give this show to Conan. Like, I'm allowed to negotiate. This is an open market.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, okay, you just do a show and we keep everyone here. And he's like, okay, great. I don't have to change my, like, it's one of those things where
But
it's like,
he also had untold power to do any kind of show he wanted except for the Tonight
you're-
Show.
you're
And
100%
he
correct.
did not have to go immediately before and after Conan. God, if we could get Leno on here, that'd be so great. We'd just be like, so what is a car? I don't understand.
he would be so upset when we sent him a link and he was like, what is this?
How much money do you spend on jeans, Jay? Be honest.
None. I bet it's almost nothing. You know, I also will say this.
I got
though,
it at
is,
Ross.
Probably one of the best WTFs is his WTF.
That was really good. That
Learning
was
about the
really good.
mechanics of stand-up. He's an amazingly talented stand-up.
Incredible.
again, not how I would have handled the situation, but I do like it's one of those things I can see his perspective a little bit. Chris makes a great point. Now, let's watch Charles Grodin and David Letterman because I think Ashley's going to hate this because it is so unnecessarily awkward.
Ashley, did you so you went straight to typing, so I thought that you had it, but I'll bring it up now.
I didn't bring it. I didn't really know what I was looking for, so
Charles Grodin, David Letterman just talking, and it's a nightmare. Charles Grodin is the dad from Beethoven, and more importantly, he is Jonathan Mardukas from possibly the only funny movie Robert De Niro's in.
Is that Meet the Fockers 2?
No. Okay, I got one. Oh, you got one? Oh,
Got
yeah,
it.
baby. Hit it.
Is sad and uninterested. He doesn't know where the camera is. He doesn't want to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of Beethoven's Second, Charles Grodin.
Oh yeah, they're friends. That's an act.
Okay, but they'll start like this.
This is what we're talking about. How no one knows if he's a good actor or not. That was bad acting.
Because he just will do this. It's also buffering a lot on my end, but he'll literally just okay. There we go. Oh, is this the one he doesn't know how? Yeah.
You go around. What is wrong with you? You go around.
this is acting.
Yeah.
14 million a year.
I've the later ones.
Let's check in a little later.
Hide under the house?
Yeah, no, I was mobbed just from my dressing room coming down here. I barely got here in time for your terrible introduction. Here he is. He's
This is
sad,
still that
he's
same one.
disinterested,
Look how far you've
and
skipped, and
he
he
doesn't
probably
wanna
just sat down.
And then what did you do? You stood up. You baited this audience. You made them think, not only the audience, you made me think you were going to dazzle everybody with a Broadway tune. And what did you do? You wimped out.
No.
Yes, you did. You
no,
wimped out.
that's
We have
comedy.
This is a bit.
Wow, look at that suit.
No.
Oh!
Yeah.
They're
the same interview.
smiling
Nice.
too much.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's warm backstage, but it's cool out here.
Yeah, this is they like
Look
each
at
other.
these
They
full
like each
corpsing.
other.
I want the later ones where it's so Charles Grodin just asking you, should we try this again? And David Letterman being like, try what? And he's just like,
Yeah, but you can piss off somebody that you still have a working, funny relationship with.
I mean, maybe the way you piss people off, but when I make a move, people stay angry. The fuck was that?
Dylan Gott and I were talking about how we want to be more like John in our booking practices.
What do you mean?
By we just want to bully bookers until they give us every spot they have for the rest of the year.
Is that bullying?
We just want to step in and be like, "No, you're going to give me spots," and they'll be like, "I would love to." And
I mean,
then
the way
just
Dylan Gott
John's
portrays
face on every poster.
the way
for the rest of the
Dylan
year.
Gott portrays that I book, it's just you just do a hardcore follow up. And yes, there was one club where myself and another comedian were told, "Oh, I do them on the laptop. Just throw in some bookings there." And we may have appeared at that club quite a lot that year.
Mhm. And that
But I
club
got
may have
news for you.
changed its booking policy as a result of that.
I mean, there was a variety of things I had a hand in that caused that booking policy to be changed, but that was not the only time. But yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Also, I like how Dylan acts like he is not as bad as I am with that shit. Dylan is the king of like, I had nothing to do with that except for planning and orchestrating and carrying out the entire thing. Besides that, I'm totally clean. Like, oh my god, he loves that move. Oh, what he also loves doing, going, can you believe this person did this? And to be like, yeah, that's you. That's what you do. You do that. He was, oh yeah, he was complaining about some being passive aggressive, and I was like, that's you. That's you who does that.
Speaking of passive aggressive,
I was
or
talking.
booking policies, or any of it. I can't go too much into this story. You both know it.
Oh
But everybody needs to just go and follow Garrett Millerick and go buy tickets to his show, because
love
Garrett
Garrett.
is the biggest sweetheart on the planet, and I love
Yeah,
him
we're
so
not going
much.
into it, but let's just say I read
We're
the
not
story,
going into it, but
and it's the
he's
most
great.
Garrett's involved in a story ever, where it's just like, what this story calls for is someone with the conversational skills of a rhino to just start. No, we're not moving from this. Like the amount of times I've just gotten into an argument about like what scene in a Michael Caine movie is better, and he's the only guy who's like, wait, you. Like where he's telling you your point back to you in a way where it's like he's angry that you could think that that's a point. And you're like, I'm allowed to have it's called free will, Malaric. You.
Oh damn, Baldy, were you at the shows? Ashley, you didn't tell us Baldy was at the shows.
I didn't know Baldy was at the shows.
Oh, secret Baldy.
However, I was not on all of the shows, so
Gotcha.
I maybe wasn't at the same one. But yeah, Garrett was headlining, and we went for lunch. It was excellent. We went for lunch, and we ended up in the same place that J.K. Rowling was having lunch.
No.
Did you
The
smooch?
transphobic Nando's?
We were really
transphobic
like
Nando's?
scoping out the people she was having lunch with, because we all know what lunch she recently attended.
What lunch did she recently attend?
She recently like
have no
posted
idea.
a picture of her at a lunch for like a women's rights group, but like a transphobic women's rights group.
Oh
yeah, where Graham Linehan was there, I assume. 'cause
Turfy lunch, exactly. It was a turfy lunch.
Surf and turf.
Oh, he was right there for all of us.
Chris, if you had tweeted that at the time that everyone was talking about
Surf and
it,
turf, baby. I gotta say
Yeah.
this about the turf movement. I just love that Graham Linehan is at the front of it. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, the face of trans exclusionary radical feminists, the guy from Father Ted. Oh my god, I went on a big jag.
it was just odd to see her. Because I got there first, and I just sent Garrett a message. I was just like, J.K. Rowling is here.
Here's my question. Is
She looks like she is rotting from the inside.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Pointless Hate will do that.
Yeah.
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 But I see what you're saying, Chris and Ashley, but I posit you would be a billionaire, but she gave too much money away. Like I would be like, wouldn't she like have some skincare products? What do you got? What do you got, Chris? You gave us a big smirk.
Oh no, unrelated.
Okay, great. I was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll talk to you
Did
after the show, but
somebody
whatever
get a
that
dirty
was.
message?
Oh
No. It's
Did you get a dirty message from your roommate? Hey,
I
stop
had-
saying homeless pedo, or you have
Not.
to move.
Did you get a saucy wink from someone?
Did you get a
I got
saucy
no
wink? Did you finally get that
winks.
saucy wink
I
that I
got
sent
no
you?
saucy winks. I got, hey David, what's going on? Everybody followed David Hoare. No, it was I had my premises open just in case we did that bit, and I read one that I'd forgotten about, and it made me laugh.
I'm very glad I dug. I'm very glad
That's
I dug.
so funny.
I also would be very glad if it turns out that's not the reason, and that's the excuse you came up with. That's top notch. That is a top notch cover. Top notch excuse.
Good cover. It's
Um,
nice when your own jokes can make you laugh.
All my jokes make me laugh, at least at first, and then eventually never again. But
Yeah.
every single one of the jokes I've ever told made me laugh first. They always
Not
make
me.
me
So-
laugh.
some of my best jokes I've literally written down and gone, that's not going to work. And then I say it and go, well, I'm wrong again.
But then why? But then
Why
I
do
don't
you
know.
say it?
There are people that do that. They're like, no,
Because I've
I
been
don't,
wrong.
I don't think any of my stuff's funny. It's like, but then why would you tell it? Like I go into new material nights with so much more confidence because it's like I like it, and if they don't, then that's okay. We just disagree, or I told it wrong,
Sure.
and that's fine. But the idea of going in with something that even you don't think is funny is nuts
All the
to
time.
me.
Well, it's because I've been wrong. I've gone, and that everyone else thinks it's funny. I'm like, oh, I was wrong about that. Wrong about that. Completely.
But why do you want to tell it if you don't think it's funny?
I can tell that it's funny. Like I can tell, like I can go, that'll work. Like I can tell that'll work, and then I will make me like it. I'll add something to it, but I'm like, there'll be certain things where, yeah, 100%.
That's literally the opposite of what you just said. You just said that won't
Yeah,
work.
you said it
You just
wouldn't.
said
No,
work.
I will look. I will look at it in my head now.
I feel like
can tell-
both things
Here's
occur.
what it is. I can look at it and go, I don't think that will work. All of the things I think that don't, all the things I think about in that way, always actually turn out working. So I have to now try that to see if I'm right or like it's right. Is
But
what
you
I'm
also
supposed to
just
be
not
trying.
find it funny.
100% don't find it funny.
Okay,
But I'm like,
that's
but I
that's
will.
crazy to me. I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
But I've also got this. I don't find it funny, but I also know that other people will because I have a weird sense of humor, and my taste is way more that way.
Hmm.
I mean, I got news for you. That's essentially the hour, and it's doing very well. Also, I found out I got a chortle review. Did we talk about this on the show?
I don't
From
think so.
David Hoare just sending me. It's
Yes.
because the bottom of it. And by the way, not the only one. So many people were like, "You called your show what?" And that's, by the way, so many more people read chortle than lead you to believe by the amount of people that reached out to be like, "You called your show what?" Being like, "Well, I know where you saw that. I know where you saw that." But David Hoare reached out to be like, "I've never been more proud. I'm proud of you, David, for naming that show that." And everyone hates it, but you and me. No one likes it.
I hate it. I hate it.
I don't really like it that much.
No one does. It's really great. I love it so much. Why is it ointment? Why is the O capitalized? It looks better. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. Disgusting. I hated it when it came out. I hated it when he first pitched it.
You pitched it to us with a couple of other ones, and I didn't like any of the options.
No.
That was David. David pitched that in the chat.
He pitched it. I didn't pitch any of it. I literally said, someone come up with a really horrible one involving my name. We need to top John Hastings, 10 John Hastings I hate about you. And tell you who delivered. Ashley Manning. Wasn't you. Wasn't Chris.
No.
Wasn't Baldy. Wasn't Boom. Wasn't Kimmers. Wasn't Ida. David Hoare. David Hoare did it. See, he is the happiest. Look at that little guy. And he's much taller than that photo would lead you believe. Yeah, thank you, David.
He's a tall boy.
He's so much taller. It's like they stretched out a little boy. It's like if a little boy became a much bigger boy who could drive. An adult is the word.
He's got a real James and the Giant Peach vibe, doesn't he?
He certainly does. He's both James and the Giant Peach. He's Jeech. He's David the Little Whore. Arrgh.
Make sure to check out David Hoare. Check out his music as well. Made an ambient album that's
He
beautiful.
designed the music for this show.
That's
Writes
true.
all of our songs.
Has anyone checked on Tom Tuck recently?
I have been following his selfies on Facebook, and it's the only reason I check Facebook anymore.
Who's he getting selfies with?
Sometimes it's just himself, and
Sounds
they're quite adorable. And his selfies have a totally different personality than any encounter I've ever had with him on the show. But at the same time, they have the same core values.
I agree with you. It feels like the person he is on social media is very similar to his actual self, except the person who's on social media lives in a clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you don't picture the Tom on social media
oddball.
Arriving on a train. He's just like, "How did you get here?" We're like, "The Zephyr." Like, you know.
Yeah, Richard, I'd actually forgotten about this. He's learning how to pole dance right now.
Oh, I actually heard about this.
Yeah, it was
I saw
a
this
gift
in one of
for
the
his
selfies.
birthday.
All right, someone get Tom. All right, is the people
need to
that
get him
watch
on
the
the show
chat
again.
that are they near Tom currently, and are they watching the chat? Because I would like to know.
They haven't commented. They haven't commented this show.
No, they haven't.
Sean Doxey, that's right. Who's very funny. She's very ACMS, very outside the box comedy.
Yeah, of course. As soon as she,
super fun.
As soon as Tom Tuck was taking pole dancing lessons, I was like, oh, I guess a comedian who now is a regular at ACMS teaches pole dance. Like, literally in my head, I was like, that's the only way he's doing that, because I know how comedians in England work. Here's the thing I recently realized about my life in the US versus the UK. The UK, because living in London, literally that just means you have less hours in the day, because it just takes an hour to get anywhere and an hour to get back. So you basically have cut out so much friend time. And like lifetime is just transit, where you realize you don't see anyone but people that are directly in your job. Because if you live in London, basically all you can do is have a job and go home.
Yeah.
Have a job, go home. Or get like violently drunk in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why it's very interesting. You can see how people get new friends. Is you're like, oh, I guess that circle, someone joined it who does this activity they're now all doing. Like it's such an interesting,
I'm loving, so I live very near to the Comedy Bar now. And so I can just walk there and be like, oh, I'm surrounded by comedians. This is very nice. Last time I was there, I booked like 3 shows. It's wild. I saw a bunch of old friends and they were like, hey, do you want to do this thing? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, great, you're doing that.
Yeah, that's why stand up in Canada. I mean, not all the comedians will say this, but it's so good. It's easy.
It's easy and it's hard. Like I had to go out to Forest last night, which was odd.
I did Forest Hill.
Forest, Ontario. It was a golf course in Forest, Ontario.
Oh, are you? Oh, 'cause
And
are you doing?
It was a Yucks
one-nighters?
Road gig.
Yeah, baby. Who was your headliner? Were you the headliner?
I just put it in the chat, so I was a last minute ad. I ended up being the MC.
Oh, that guy's got such a drinking problem. If anything,
He does, right? He
Oh,
really
actually,
does.
look, like, you know how there's the levels of a person who has a drinking problem. Like, there's like he's got a bit of a drinking problem. Then this is when it starts getting pro-mad. He's got a drinking problem. This is where that person's at. Oh, he's got a drinking problem. You're like, yeah, he does. Yeah.
I just met him, but I was like, but on the drive back today, John and I were like, he was fucked, right? But he was that level of like, not super sloppy, just his eyes were just,
Oh yeah,
Right.
That guy.
gone. And it was like, oh, you were already drunk.
I'm going to tell you a story about that guy. This is the best story of being a drunk person I've ever heard in my entire life. He's getting super drunk on his roof, looks at his watch. It says 6 p.m. We passed out on his roof after drinking on his roof. Woke up, looked at his watch. Oh my God, it's 6 p.m. I got to be at the club. No, pardon me. I got to be at the club in an hour. I'm a 2-hour drive. Oh shit, gets in a cab. He's taking the cab and it's like, well, why is there all this traffic going into the city? It should be coming out. It's 6 p.m. And he's like, what are you talking about, man? It's 6 a.m. And he's like, what? Turn this son of a bitch around. We're going home. Yeah.
Yeah,
Showed
that's a
up-
drunk.
showed up at the
Yeah.
Showed up at the comedy club and apparently said, I got called as soon as this happened. I got called in England by someone to be like, you got to hear this. Then apparently, like, got on stage, told that story to the audience, and the entire audience was like, "What? It's like a Wednesday, and you said you're a dad." And then the entire crowd just turned on him, and it's just so good. I am so
That's
worried I
quite
said the
funny.
person's name. I'm so
You
worried.
didn't say
Oh,
it.
it's so good. I get. Oh my god.
He was an hour and a half late for the show.
Of course he was. I guarantee he was in the town, and he was at a
I
Boston
did-
Pizza.
I did 20 minutes more than I was supposed to as the MC. So much crowd work. My goodness.
Oh, welcome to Canada.
Wow.
John Milanos chucked in an extra 15 to his set. We were all just carrying water. To his credit, walked in, went straight on stage. I got like, they flashed me with the phone. So I was like, ladies and gentlemen, your headliner, let's go. Brought him up, went straight on stage, crushed for 45 minutes.
Oh
That's
my
not
God.
easy.
Wow.
Straight out of the car onto the stage. That's
Let
not
me,
easy.
yeah, but let me ask you: what were some of the premises? Because
Oh,
that guy,
yeah,
there it is.
No,
Yeah,
it was that we were talking about it where it was like, he's very good, and I don't think I want to watch him.
yeah, he's
Very strange, very thin line to walk.
yeah. It's
Okay.
basically all like every third joke is like, well, I do not like that minority group, and like you're just like,
it
oh,
wasn't,
okay.
it wasn't that stuff. He's cut all that stuff out.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
my
just
God.
sort of like weird. It was just like, there's nothing. This kills, obviously, but I don't care. Like,
So a bunch of people that came from various Asian countries ended up owning a bunch of property in Toronto.
Mm.
And so a lot of comedians all had jokes about their landlords that were very racist. Like, so
Mm.
they'd be like, because, he's a dragon man. You'd be like, Jesus Christ, man, what are you doing?
so he did a joke about having an Asian landlord.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't do the voice.
That's new.
Didn't lean into anything. Just it was just a story about his landlord.
That's
Didn't
fine.
gave it like normal syntax. Didn't like English as a second language it up. Just because I was sitting there, I was like, this feels like a dude who's about to do the voice.
Yeah, here we go.
And then he did not, and I was like, you know what? That's a very low bar, but you stepped right over it. Way to go, big guy. Good job.
I got to tell you, my favorite version of that ever was two guys arguing over who can do their "Don't set it to Chinese" on the GPS joke.
I'm gonna need you to put those names in the private chat.
Yeah,
that is.
I
Who
mean,
used to have someone's whole bit was different celebrities as your GPS voice, and it was like Michael McIntyre.
Oh,
Oh my god, it was so bad. It
the
was
Jeff
so
Boyce has the Robert De Niro ordering a fucking pasty in Glasgow, which is classic.
I haven't seen that, but man, it
Oh
sounds
my
like my
God.
new favorite bit.
He quite famously, apparently, very drunk. And like, this is, you never got this story. I think this is one of the great like the '90s British comedy boom stories. Super coked out and drunk, supposedly. This may not be true at all, but supposedly super fucked up at the Nottingham Junglers. Apparently said to the crowd after like crushing on like Christmas Eve, just went after like a heckler just went, any more disturbance like that, and I'm not giving you De Niro. And I want that to be true so badly. I want that to be true so badly. Just that they know your bit.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's all I want. Oh, I think about it anytime I put down the heckler. I want you all to know that in my head, I'm thinking,
That's so
"They're
funny.
just like that. You're not getting the narrow."
You're not any more disturbance like that. You're not getting my AIDS on a bus joke. You're not
Oh
getting
my God,
AIDS
what
on
is
a
this?
bus.
It's not. I had to retire. When did I stop doing that? It was around 2019. That final saver for clubs, where I was just like,
Didn't you do it on America's Got Talent?
no, you couldn't have done it on America's Got Talent.
Oh, what
you
did he-
can't say
oh.
you can't say AIDS on America's Got Talent.
Oh, that's right. On America's Got Talent, you went, give me some of that. There was that bit. That's what you
Yeah.
said.
The cut in that bit. I gotta tell you, that was the second to last term I ever said that word. Most recent time was just yelling it out of a car window.
And was the person eating beans at the time? Because that's
He certainly
appropriate.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tweet is racist. I was that kid all along.
And everyone laughed.
Let me say this about the Cars franchise. That was what this is by example. Do you want to know? Let me point out something else. You know how like with my bit, I was talking about like I'm like I don't like that. I don't find this funny, but this will I think work. Where I'm like that. Same thing with the franchise Cars. When that came out, I was like, that's gonna flop. I know this is gonna flop, and then it was wildly successful. And I was like, well, I guess I don't understand culture now. That's what I took away from. Like I was like, guess I was wrong.
People love it. People love it. It's practically Paddington 2. People.
My
love
brother loved it.
I
As a
really
kid.
liked
Holy
Cars.
shit, did he like
it.
Cars?
People love it.
I really liked it.
Lightning McQueen. Oh, I've seen Cars. I don't know
Jeff
if you've ever
Foxworthy,
met-
the truck.
I'm pretty
I think you'll
certain
find
that
that's Larry the
behind
Cable
this
the guy.
bookshelf, that's in
There's a
my
one called that,
background.
yeah?
No, there's a light switch with a Cars sticker on it.
Oh,
nice.
Yes, see, this is what I'm talking about.
This
Ash-
used to be my bedroom.
Ashley, you're a modern woman with witchy inclinations.
That's right.
I moved into this.
I appreciate that description of me.
I put it in your bio. Put it in your comedy bio. So I got into the room and they tidied everything up, which was cool, and put clean sheets and stuff on the bed. And but there were 2 piles of just wax on the floor.
What a question.
Where?
I hope one of
one
them's
was
by a
in the corner
toilet.
over by the window in this direction.
Yeah.
And one had dripped down the back of the dresser.
Yeah,
It
that sounds
looked-
about
it
right.
looked like,
Yeah.
Do I
lived in
need
your room-
to?
Who lived in your room before you?
Apparently an insane person. Like it was the kind of thing where I moved in today, and the first thing we did was they read me texts from the person who used to live in this room.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want to do some sort of cleanse.
So
Get your sage out.
I'm just wondering what am I in for? Am I haunted?
What was some of the themes of?
Oh
some
no,
of those
it's probably
texts?
just candles.
Yeah, it's definitely candles. What was some of the text though? I want to know.
Oh,
what kind of
just
crazy.
accusing them of wanting to sniff the bathroom when she'd gotten out of it.
What?
Oh, I thought my flatmate was bad.
Oh, that's like that's not even like
already
you're a crazy
superseded
roommate. That's
my
like
flatmate.
that's like oh, you're genuinely insane.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean that's a crazy flatmate. Mine was just an arsehole.
Mhm. Yeah, no, this
Um,
person apparently was legit unwell.
Wow.
So
Question about the wax has this fallen onto carpet?
No.
Wood floor.
Wood.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're not
just
trying to
scraped it off with a butter knife.
You're going to be able to get rid of it then.
Yeah,
It's already gone. It's already gone.
It's Canada. Like it's
First-
like
Do you
there's no
know-
First
carpet.
thing I did.
There's no
Do
carpet.
you know how to get candle wax out of a carpet?
Pour
Oh.
soda water on it.
Get your cat to eat it because you're
Oh,
paying.
good. I hadn't thought of cats. That's a good idea.
Best way to get candle wax out of a carpet: get a tea towel, put it over the wax, and get an iron and iron it until the wax soaks up into the tea towel.
Oh
No.
And it fucking works, man.
Yeah, you are
Nice.
fucking witchy, aren't you?
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, witchy.
It works,
witchy
though.
Fleshly. That's my new song.
It
for you.
works. However, if you have a synthetic carpet, make sure that the iron does not go off the edge of the towel onto the carpet because you will melt the carpet. Learned that the hard way.
Spitting
Nah,
hot
what,
facts. Spitting hot fire here.
whose carpet did you melt? Chris, what's your plan for the rest of your restful day? Ashley, I assume you're going to bed. Chris, are you continue to move in or are you done?
I got laundry. that the dryer should be done now. So I'm gonna flip that out. Put my duvet. I got a duvet. Gonna put that in the old dryer.
Talk to me about the tog now, okay?
Oh, terrible! Absolute garbage. I just bought cheap everything. Never the cheapest. The next one up.
So
did you go to?
Oh, just cheap
did you go to the mall that's close to you? I don't want to say.
I did.
Oh fuck yes!
Of course I did. There's nowhere else to go. It's either that or the Bay, which is going to be like $200
So
per
the neighborhood
item.
that Chris lives in used to just be a Portuguese working class neighborhood. And then what happened in Toronto is basically you only ever wanted to live basically in the center of like downtown and like north or south, and then everyone just started pushing west in about 2009, 2010. No, but I'm talking about 2007, 8, 9, and then by the time I'm there in 2010, like the coolest area is super nice, and then yuppies keep moving in, got more expensive. So now they're like well past where Chris is, but the Portuguese people just didn't leave. They were just like, no, you just our kids, you'll live in the homes we raised our kids in, and you will pay us rent money, and we will all retire to just hanging out in front of an abandoned storefront. So there is a weird mall where Chris lives that has almost nothing, but has so many people that it has, like, it's still a mall that they have to keep up.
Oh, yeah.
But it's got the weirdest businesses.
There's so many mobile phone case stores.
There are so many mobile.
So many. I'm talking 5.
That was
minimum.
the NFT of 2010.
Minimum
Actually,
5, one mall. Not a big mall. We're talking a 5-minute end-to-end mall.
Oh, what is it called?
I mean, I don't mind saying because it's not like right by my house. It's like a 10-minute walk, but it's a
Dufferin Mall.
Dufferin Mall, yeah. So I went to the Walmart in the Dufferin Mall. I got my coat hangers at the Dollarama,
Of course
and
you
then
would.
I
Why
got
would you?
I got my everything else at the Walmart in the basement. That's where they keep the home things, and got it all down there. Got this French press.
That's how much you go for
French
Fresh
press?
Prince?
$20.
That's not bad.
It's not
That's why I
bad,
don't go
right?
for Fresh Prince,
That's not
because
bad.
also for the same amount, you could just get a full coffee maker, and I don't have to do this like some sort of fucking employee.
But I can carry
feel
this
like
around.
Chris likes
This one comes
to
with
do
me.
the pushy downy thing.
Well, wait, like is that like a one that you can carry around like it's a cup?
No. But I just walk around the house with it, and I put it down. I go out and I stand in the street with it, and I just put it
He
next to my
can
foot. and I
perform
smoke
his
cigarettes
pushing
and-
downy bit.
Yeah, I don't.
I look
to
at
a crowd.
do it out the window. I go,
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, remember 8 months ago when you moved to Canada and you were going to quit smoking? How's that going?
well, I've had a pretty stressful 8 months. So
Good point.
Yeah,
You're also in one of the finest
have.
smoking cities in the world, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Oh,
people fucking love to smoke here. Holy shit! They
this
love
is the
it.
thing that no one talks about with Canada. Canada is one of the last great smoker countries. Like everywhere else, get the hell away from Toronto, especially. Get it in you. Why the hell not?
They love it. This is the first apartment I moved into where there was just the last one because Phil Ellis smoked a lot, but where I just walked in day one, just packs of cigarettes just in the kitchen. I was like, dope. This is nice.
Yeah. Oh my god. But it's also like Phil Ellis. When I lived there was so much smoking.
Smoked in a car on the highway yesterday.
Of course. Welcome to the road in Canada.
It's nasty.
So
It's
much. I
nasty.
remember someone said to me, "Can you not smoke while you're driving?" And I said, "No." And they were like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna need to be able to do that."
Yeah.
It was one
Windows
of the.
were open.
That's what I said, and it was an evaluation because I said why, and I'm like, "Are you allergic?" And I was like, "Because I'll do it if you're allergic, but if I find out you're lying about allergic, I'll judge you forever." And they're like, "I'm not allergic. I just don't like the smell." I'm like, "We're rolling down all the windows. I'm driving. I'm sorry. This is just." We're not stopping every hour and a half so I can stand somewhere for 5 minutes. When it's so pleasurable. I'm so happy I quit. Good God.
Yeah.
I don't smoke. I haven't ever really, except for when I've been drunk and trying to flirt with people.
Worst time to smoke.
Yeah. It
Your
really
fingers
is.
were probably so straight. You're probably doing so much of that.
But do you guys have like a persona in your head when you're imagining conversations with people?
How did, like for us or
Go
for
ahead.
them?
Yeah.
For yourself?
Go ahead.
Yourself. Oh, like what are you pretending to be? Like who are you today?
Yeah.
No, but do you ever just like rehearse conversations?
Oh, beforehand? Yeah. I get in.
What
They're mostly,
about
they're mostly arguments.
conversations do
They're
you
mostly
think?
Yeah,
arguments.
usually mostly arguments, but sometimes not. I don't know. I just rehearse conversations with people in my head. People do this. I'm not alone.
I'm taking this as a compliment that you think the things I'm saying have been rehearsed, is what I'm saying. I'm really, yeah.
Yeah, I really seem thought through.
Anyway, the persona that I am in my head chain smokes
That's everyone. That's everyone.
I can see
in a very Cruella de Vil sort of way.
Here's my point with smoking. This is why it's so cool. Before they knew the health problems, they all could have figured out it was smoking, but they're like, it couldn't have been smoking. Smoking is too cool. It's got to be something else. Like there's got to be a reason why at 20, anyone who does this just looks 40 and then dies.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like it's when the popular teacher, you know, he's sleeping with the students, but you don't believe it. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
This was the 90s, by the way.
It's
Everyone wants to
fun.
act like this would have been the 50s. This was the 1999.
You know who it probably is? It's probably that fucking art teacher. That's who. That's who
Or
the problem
it's the
probably
gym teacher.
is.
I always think it's the
Goddamn
gym
art
teachers.
teacher. But gym teachers are dope. They're too fun. Can't be mad at
Also,
them.
because a friend of the stream, Frank, I started following an Instagram account called Mug Shotties.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
It is wild. Here's why.
Is it sexy mugshots?
It's sexy ladies with their mugshots, but it's the best. The best is looking at the crimes. So many more possession with a weapon with violent intent charges than you would think. You just wouldn't be expecting for like a little girl named Bridget, and they're like, we found 3 bazookas on her in her Mini Cooper. Like, you're just like, man, America is really. Some people in America are getting ready for something.
Mm-hmm. An American friend of mine sent me a picture of a rifle that he bought with a mega scope on it, and he was like, didn't even need ID.
Oh yeah,
fuck me, man.
In Arizona, speaking of Walmart, I remember walking by a Walmart, and it literally said AR-15s back in stock, and I was like, "What? Why
is
are
there
we?"
a wacky inflatable arm guy next to the
There,
sign?
there may have been one very close. Like it's just like I also hate now more than anything is people keep going like, it's like we're in Idiocracy, and I was like, no, Idiocracy was much more charming. This is not. This is just. Well, I guess I know how this is gonna end.
Yeah, I feel much more like Rob Schneider in Demolition Man.
You don't want to feel like Rob Schneider at all, because Rob Schneider has gone super hardcore QAnon MAGA, and it is the best. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. He had a lot of like weird views on immigrants when I opened for him, and he clearly hates his wife, which is that's the starter.
It's a clear
kit.
sign.
That's the starter kit. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you hate your
Speaking
wife?
of Proud Boys, did you guys watch that January 6th documentary on Netflix?
No, I haven't watched it.
4 hours at the Capitol. Watch it. Is
it Netflix or is it a
it's
BBC?
Netflix. It's Netflix.
Wait, is Ashley ahead of John on a conspiracy theory
I'm ahead of
documentary?
John
That's
on
very
a
exciting.
documentary.
That's very exciting. I've been keeping it. I've been because Netflix is a bit of my. It's a bit of a blind spot for me.
It's wild.
What do they got? What are they covering? Are they going into Stuart Rhodes?
What I really, really like about it is that they haven't tried to color it at all. So they haven't fed that narrative of like twisting people's words and whatever. They're interviewing a lot of the people who were involved in it, like a lot of the Proud Boys, like the QAnon guys, a few of the people who got arrested. But what they've done is they've put those interviews next to the interviews with the cops that got dragged into the crowd and tortured.
There we go. That's the other thing.
And you get like a clip of a guy in a cowboy hat being like, it was a great patriotic day. And then you get a clip of this poor man who's just like, I only survived because I started shouting that I had children.
Yeah.
And
That's
harrowing.
not on Netflix here. That might be John why you missed it.
Yeah,
only
that's
on
why
British
it's not. I don't
Netflix.
think it's on Netflix here. Might be
We
on
don't
British
have it
Netflix.
here.
The other thing that I think about all the time is I think it's Eugene Goodman, the guy on the stairs.
Oh yeah,
with
the flagpole.
Yeah.
All
He
the
gets
fucking.
interviewed in it as well.
Of course he does. So when he gets to the top, does he talk about at the top of the stairs why he goes like that?
HBO.
Yeah.
That's why. Sorry, what?
So
is that where he's like he didn't want to lead them into the room where?
Yeah. So he's literally what it,
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is that the
He leads
like,
them away.
the fucking and the part that he literally he looks over and but then makes it part of the thing is to shove the guy, so the guy's not thinking to go that way. He's just like what the and then he follows him because he's impulsively like I gotta confront the cop, and then
he
just
just
backs him.
manages to lead them the wrong way.
Oh my god, because it
It's
literally
insane.
So there's a great podcast I would recommend to everyone about this called Assault on America that gives you an amazing background and understanding of all of this, and also an understanding that this is not a new thing in American politics, that this is something that right-wing parties in America Is your man in it? Oh, is he in it?
Donnie is not in it.
God damn it!
I was
Love
so
that guy.
disappointed, but he is not in it.
Donnie's not in
Excellent.
Assault in America either, which is a great podcast. But it goes through all of that and is covered by. So they don't have Eugene Goodman for that, but they have the guy who filmed it.
Oh wow!
Right.
Because what it was it was one of the Senate reporters either came out or was like in a different part of the building. Would know that they knew all the cops because all the cops are in the same place every day.
Mm.
So he just was walking by and they're like, what? And like something happened where basically that guy was just stood next to the officer and just followed because it was the thing I never thought of. It was like, wait a minute, who the fuck's filming this behind the cop? It's like, well, it had to have been a journalist because the cop wouldn't have let someone he didn't trust behind him. Oh, it's interesting. It's also weird in our
they
society,
interview a lot of the journalists that were kind of following it really, really closely, and I find it quite weird to watch because they really try to distance themselves from the rioters and stuff, but I'm kind of like you are literally right there in the thick of the front of the people who are breaking into the building, like you're part of that mass of people. You're not completely absolved of guilt in this situation, I don't think.
No, but they were just there to report on it.
I get that they're doing some great reporting. I do get it, and it's definitely useful to have the footage. But when you look at the intensity and the body energy that is breaking into that building, you're just like, no, you're right there with them.
It depends on who's. So a lot of the stuff that the footage you're seeing is other rioters. Eugene Goodman, as a journalist, he's there and he was evacuated. Most of the stuff from in the riot, there's no journalists there. Those are all other rioters.
If you watch this documentary, there's a handful of journalists who are right at the front.
Oh, well, it's also
and then there's they show what's her name, Babbitt, that got shot. They show that
Ashley Babbitt,
Ashley Babbitt, and then literally they have one of the Proud Boy guys that's being interviewed is wearing this cartoonish t-shirt that in the style of Who Framed Roger Rabbit just says who shot Ashley Babbitt.
We know who shot Ashley Babbitt.
Yeah, we showed.
But it's just it's like making light of somebody who died.
Yeah, the Proud Boys are a bunch of scumbags. The reason also, the one thing I just say,
they're bad boys.
That's certainly
like
I am
bad
not proud
boys.
of them. Not proud of them. The thing I will say about the thing also is, but journalists have to maintain complete neutrality in those. They can't sort of put down and be like, stop it, because their job is to report. That's why in a war you can't, if you can't attack a journalist. Like that's why they're always marked up and shown, because it's that thing of like, but they're also not a part of it either. Like it's in the way that there's a rule in terms of espionage. You never ever have spies inserted into the media. I'm sure everyone's done it, but it's one of those things where there's a bunch of rules around.
Wasn't
how
that
they
Argo?
engage.
Wasn't that the fucking?
I think it's
plot of
they were
Argo?
movie producers, but it's that sort of
It
thing.
is-
It's just to your point where I see where morally you're going. Well, what? Put down the fucking notepad, fucking gumshoe. Stop being Lou Grant.
It's
hit
one of
yourself with
those
fashion.
like I was watching it because I understand like that about journalism and everything, and to a large extent I would respect that journalists can get very close to the action and remain impartial and everything, but there's a couple of moments and a couple of people on this documentary that are being interviewed and they're being shown in videos and stuff where you're just like, you're not being as impartial as you should be though.
Oh,
I
I
think I'll
missed
have
your
to see it.
point.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
I'm gonna have to see
have
it,
to
but
see it.
that's
Yeah.
very
And they still kind of, you can't kind of definitively say that they're not being impartial, but there's just a vibe and you're just kind of like,
interesting.
you are part of that mass of people that's moving into the building and you are shouting and screaming as well. And
It's a
yeah,
fair point.
it's
It's also
it's
if I
just a bit.
let's put it this way: if one of the people being interviewed and says they're a journalist and it's Jack Posobiec, guess what he is? He's a fucking writer. He can fuck off.
Who's Jack Posobiec? He sounds like a
don't
cool guy.
I think I
He's a-
remember that name.
Can I be friends with him on Facebook?
You
Can I
are not
follow
friends
his
with Jack.
tweets?
You better. I hope not. Because you're gonna get some weird algorithm things.
Is he friends with Dave Rubens?
He is
Famous comedian Dave Rubens.
Dave Rubens. It's Dave Rubin, and Dave Rubin sucks. Dave Rubin recently
Emphasis on Rube. Guys, I'm
Damn
so
right.
tired. I'm so
Dave
tired.
Rubin. Let me tell you this: so Dave Rubin is a gay man with a husband, and they're having 2 babies. And Dave Rubin, who hosts the afternoons on Glenn Beck's network, went on, announced he was having 2 babies with a man, and then was shocked that Glenn Beck's entire audience was like, well, then we're canceling this service because we don't like that. And he had to go on Glenn Beck's show and they talk about how it was an attack from the left.
Yeah.
The
Well, yeah.
leftist
They'll always do that.
It was the most, but they keep being like, well, this is obviously left-wing politics at play. But they're trying to do it to each other. Like they're trying to like interview, talk, but also like build the narrative. But like you can also Glenn Beck at one point, like because they get too close to being like, well, they were disgusted because you were gay. Glenn Beck actually goes like, we all know I'm a very religious man, and I know the union is between a man and a woman only. But you can be open to other things. Some people are, and it's the most thing of like, Glenn. No, integrity.
So I was listening to the Daily Beast podcast, the whatever it's called, Fever Dreams, and they were talking about Dave Rubin, which is why he was in the back of my head. And apparently him and Ben Shapiro. So Ben Shapiro, the guy Dave Rubin is like, they're both on the same side. They're both alt-right fucks. And Dave Rubin is like, so if I invited you to my anniversary, would you come? And he was like, no, I'm Orthodox Jewish. I believe that what you're doing is wrong, and I would not come. And he's like, would you come to a barbecue? He's like, hell yeah, I'd come to a barbecue. That's got nothing to do with marriage. Just you, your lovely husband. We'd have a wonderful time. But what if I told you it was an anniversary party? I would never show up, and honestly, I'd punch you for inviting me. Just wild, just disconnect.
It's fascinating. It's also really interesting because now the right wing is turning on right wing politicians within the Republican Party because like. Those two New York Times journalists are being very unethical and not just releasing the story that shows all the Republicans tried to get Trump out, and then the last minute they realized they would lose, so they kept him. They're piecemealing it out because they have a book coming out, which is creating a very interesting debate about journalism going on right now. But what's also
happens with Laura Knudsenberg, right? Too, when she left, she held a bunch of stuff back. So
there's like I mean, you know what? Actually, I know that you are a fresh-faced innocent, but I'm about to blow your mind. Sometimes the New York Times gets everything wrong. And it happens about once every 10 years. And so we're about due for them to really, that's actually 100% true. Once every about 10 years, they fuck something up so spectacularly. The Iraq War being, let's be honest, Judith Miller. That's how you lie to a people. Whoa, that is a fresh lies. Oh my God, that's exactly what it is. Oh, this is very exciting. Now I totally feel fine. Just the New York Times were. But what's amazing is all the Republicans,
Bob Woodward did that with Trump.
They always do it
back. Very
and
annoyed,
everyone.
very
What he kept back, by the way, was that Trump knew about COVID. He kept it back for a year.
Pretty pertinent information.
Very pertinent. What's crazy about this is now the crazy rate of turning on their own leaders.
Yeah.
Because like Trump is not in the Republican Party. He's the next president. He's just sitting in Mar-a-Lago, but they're now turning on all these people like Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy. And the Daily Beast hasn't gotten there, but I bet you'll do an article about this soon, which is, so what now? Like who, if they turn on everyone, what happens? I'll tell you what's next. Joe Biden's the president for 12 years. We're going to find out what it's like when there's a man in his 90s in the White House. It's going to be insane. We're all going to bed at 5 p.m.
Buddy, he's in his second term when he's like, you can't vote me out. He's going to get so many stem cells injected into him. He's going to be breakdancing.
He is going to have so many abs. Why does the president have a 12-pack? He just kicked his head's wife off her body.
His head's wife.
I heard it too. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you. Chris looks very tired.
I'm so tired.
Ashley looks very tired. There's half a club sandwich over there that I really want to eat. I want to eat half that club sandwich and post this podcast.
You gotta eat a sandwich.
You gotta eat a sandwich.
I think Ashley just got tired. That's the most tired woman phrase ever, which is, yeah, you gotta eat. I'm done with this. I'm done with you boys. You boys.
Go eat a sandwich.
Ashley.
Okay, before we go, here's two premises.
Great.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess this is a short joke. This one I actually wrote a while ago, but I haven't done it on stage yet. But I used to eat ass, but I stopped when I realized that dogs eat shit, and even they only sniff ass.
They lick their ass. Dogs lick their ass. You asshole. That's what I was
They lick their own, but they don't lick other people's.
You need to make that. That'll be something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you need someone. There's enough dicks like me out there that someone's going to yell that. Possibly me.
Yeah. No,
That's
absolutely.
quite It's quite a childishly funny concept.
Nothing.
It's very
nothing
silly,
bad,
right?
Nothing bad about that.
Yeah, it's very silly. I like it.
I'm terrified of confusing black people for each other. So now, even if a black friend shows me a selfie, I'm like, "That's not you."
Yeah, that's something. That's something. That's definitely something.
There's something there, right?
It's something.
Yeah. I wrote two jokes about having a comedically large penis, which I don't have, but is fun for the stage. They call me Sippy Cup because you need two hands.
Nope.
No. All right.
No.
Richard is long for dick, and that's why I call my dick Richard.
Nope. Go fuck yourself. I hate that. I hate that second one more than I hated the first
I think I've heard that one before.
I told that one on Chops a while ago.
Sippy Cup is
You know what?
terrible
Here's why I
because
don't-
it's so on the road to pedophile.
Also, it's so a Chris Betts joke. You don't understand.
is, right?
If Chris Betts left to his own devices, it's all just sort of like, you can call me a blanket because I'm gonna jizz on you because I'm a blanket. I got jizz on me.
Is this Mystifer again? Is this
Yeah,
My name's
another great
Christopher,
example.
but
Yeah,
to
you can
it's
call
Mystifer.
yeah, this is another great example. Yeah. Mr. Betts is my father. I'm Mystifer. Oh my god, Mystifer. What was the joke? Say the Mystifer joke again. That's what
It was something along the lines of hi, my name's Chris. That's short for Christopher, but that's Mystifer to you.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Nah.
I love that. I love
You
that.
can I mean Ray, who do we got? Well, we got Ray J. Johnson. Well, you can call me Ray, and you can call me Jay. Ashley, I will give you $30 if you can tell me where that's from. Do not look at the chat. I'll know if you're cheating.
I don't know where that's from, but I do think I've heard it before.
It is from possibly the best episode of The Simpsons ever, which is Krusty Gets Canceled, where Gabbo, a puppet, takes over the town.
I've seen that. I have seen
the only
that.
person when their show is bombing is because the only person they can book is Ray J. Johnson, who may be a celebrity of The Simpsons. But you can call me Ray, and you can call me. The '90s were insane.
That feels like a
because
real Conan joke. I feel like Conan wrote the Ray J. Johnson joke.
I think that definitely was that was definitely a Conan joke. That was definitely a Conan joke. Much like how they tried to get Mr. Sulu for the monorail episode, and then he wrote back a letter that said, "I take public transport very seriously, and I will not be mocking the monorail."
Here's one that you'll hate. It's called Dusseldorf, not Don'tseldorf.
Fuck you. Go. You know what?
No.
I met Chris for coffee, Ashley, right before my wedding, and we were by a big hole. And now I wish I could go back in time 4 years and throw him in that
Push
hole.
him in it.
Not push. A hearty huck. A hearty. Hey,
Come on, that's motivational. That's you put that on a pillow.
It's really not. I'll do your cross stitch of it, and then you
Yeah.
and only you will have it.
Yeah, how about you cross stitch my fucking ass?
There you
Chris?
go. It's called didgeridoo, not didgeridoo.
Yeah,
Come
thank
on,
you,
guys.
5-4. Yeah, but that's good. That's good stuff.
Oh dear.
Yeah, see, look at Kimmer's contribution. Some evil shits.
Those shits are so angry.
Those are evil shits.
What about this? I do think that this is a fun premise.
Hang on. Baldy comes in with the great. Baldy says things like this, but hates your show title. Thank you, Baldy.
Yeah. I might. You know what? I
fair
might call my
point.
album. Yeah, that's what I do. I do. I made so much money yesterday.
You've been pwned.
I actually do like this one. I'd forgotten about it, but the idea is we would have gotten a lot more societal change if instead of blaming the man, we'd blamed everything on the men. Just that one. Just the idea that it was like one guy, but if we'd just been like, no, it's men. Men are the problem. We finally got there. But for so long, we were just
The problem
blaming
with
a
that joke is
guy.
it sounds like you're making fun of us, and we just can't figure out why.
But that's not. It's not the joke. It's just a premise. It's just an idea that I think would be. I think there's something there. I think there's something there.
I think it's the thing of like we got the man.
I think
You
it's
know,
one of
we
those
killed
things
Kennedy.
where it sounds like it's a joke, but there's just too much truth in it.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
no, I'll
too
flesh
like,
it
oh
out.
yeah,
It's
that just makes sense.
Yeah. Tato sounds like a slur for Irish people.
It is.
It is.
There you go.
Hit it.
All right, let's get out of here.
You can call me show's over, and you can call me see you next week, guys.
I've
Thank
got
you
to
so
think
much for supporting the
about difference
Patreon.
between old gods and new gods, guys. This new
Yeah.
show's gonna be fire.
Oh my god! What I always
This
think
new
about,
show is going to be fire. What
It's
are
gonna be
you?
lit. It's gonna be
Here's-
lit, you guys.
Oh,
I know how he
that's
feels. I've said the
fair.
same things when I'm writing a new hour.
This
The one
has
thing
very
I've always-
divorced
I've always-
energy. This.
That's right.
It's gonna be lit. First I whip, then I nay. That's how
I
the
got to
show's
tell you,
gonna go.
I worked on a new bit about how I look like if all the stepdads were one guy. That's my look. I'm every stepdad if they were one guy. I don't have tattoos that are visible, but you know they're somewhere on my body, and they represent a period of time that I am proud of and shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
I think
All
we
right,
should
let's watch
raid
Old Lady.
somebody.
Oh yeah, who are we gonna raid?
Yeah. Ashley, are
I
you on that?
have Roscoe. I think Roscoe could be a fun raid for
You
tonight.
can call me Hastings, and you can call me Racings.
Yeah, Chris is silent. Disco. This hour is going to be fire. Walk with me. Oh, David Orr, very good, very good.
Oh wait, I've done it too quickly.
Okay, no, hit
cancel.
it, ladies and gentlemen. You can call me. See you next week, and we will see you then.
Love you.
Bye.
Penis into her vagina, and that's all. That's all. And that's called sexual intercourse. Some people call it having sex. So the man passes the sperm to the woman, and now his sperm is in her.